So I don't actually have an intro planned this time, so someone say something.
Under the sea.
Hello everyone, welcome
to
my Minecraft Let's Play video.
Under the sea.
Anyway, so we're doing a Little Mermaid Double Feature because the new Little Mermaid remake just came out. Apparently it's shit. All I know about it so far is the Scuttlebutt song, which is number 1 in the top 1,000 Billboard charts every day.
Well, you just listen, Sebastian, I got that scuttlebutt. Remember the swamp?
And me now. But yeah, we're starting with the good movie.
Yay!
Oh wait, we're watching 2 movies?
We plan to watch 2 movies. You can stick around for both movies, 1 movie, or no movies. It's up to you, really.
Alright, I'll just see how it goes.
Yeah, we'll not be watching, unfortunately, we will not be watching the 2016 or the 2018 Little Mermaid. Sorry for anyone who showed up expecting to see that.
I thought you were gonna say Little Mermaid 2, but
okay. I forgot there was a Little Mermaid 2. Well, we're not watching that shit either.
There's also Little Mermaid Ariel's
Beginnings.
Oh yeah, and then there's Little Mermaid 1.5.
I wish.
So of all the animated Disney movies that were released during the Renaissance era, of the ones that I've seen, that is, because there are some, like The Rescuers Down Under, and The Hunchback of Notre Dame, and Tarzan that I just haven't seen. But of the ones that I have seen, those being Little Mermaid, Beauty and the Beast, Aladdin, Lion King, Pocahontas, Hercules, and Mulan, excluding Pocahontas because that's the Bruno of the Renaissance era. The Little Mermaid is probably the one that I look upon the least fondly, not because I don't have particularly strong memories with it. In fact, I might have been exposed to this more than any other of the Renaissance movies, not through the film itself, but through the live stage show at Disney World called Voyage of the Little Mermaid, which is no longer a thing that is at Hollywood Studios. So that was, I saw that show again and again and again every time I went to Disney World, but I haven't watched it start to finish that many times. And part of that is just because as the years have gone on, I've been more, the main knowledge I have of this is just from what you read about it online, which is that everyone seems to have collectively turned on the original Little Mermaid as being outdated and a bad example for kids and yada yada yada. And thinking back on Little Mermaid, I'm much more open to be like, maybe that might have been the case. I have no idea, so I'm interested to see how this goes today, to see if The Little Mermaid actually holds up under scrutiny, or if the online people are correct and it is a movie that is in need of a remake, because from what I remember, there are areas which the remake could improve upon, but we'll have to wait and see. So what does everyone else have to say about this little...
I've tried to think back, and I don't think I've ever watched this movie fully. I just watched chunks of it sometimes.
So I saw it once, like a little over a year ago, and I remember it being decent, but I don't really remember much more than that. Out of all the Disney Renaissance movies, I'd rank this one a bit lower than the others. And I haven't seen the remake.
And in totally me fashion, I haven't seen this movie. Though I know the entirety of the story. This being a fairy tale that I got told when I was a child helps, so I know what's going to happen roughly. But except for that, I don't know. I haven't seen the movie itself.
I have not seen it. I can't say much.
Oh my god, we're in uncharted territory. It seems like no one in this call really knows the movie that well or have watched the movie that much. So
yeah, I'm most familiar with the stage show, like I said, and the stage show hits the bare bones of the story. It hits the musical numbers, and that's about it. It tries to do the climax, which is hilarious because you just can't do that on a stage show. So they do these weird strobe light effects to try to seize you into believing that things are happening. It's condensing an 80-minute movie into about 11 minutes, which the vast majority of which is comprised of Under the Sea, Part of Your World, and Poor Unfortunate Souls. There's not much room beyond that to tell any sort of a story, so I know the main beats of the movie, plot-wise. Obviously I know the songs, and just the structure is in my head, but I certainly do not know this movie inside and out like I do for things like Aladdin and The Lion King. And even Mulan, I feel like I had a better understanding of when we watched that one, as opposed to this. So, curious to see how this goes.
As long as some of those 11 minutes are dedicated to the scuttlebutt, it's all good.
I do find myself wondering if they're gonna bring that show back in a different form.
Oh no, Trevor, don't bring that into existence.
Well, I
check out
for all of us, they do the remake stage show.
Maybe by the time this comes out, we'll know what's gonna be replacing Voyage of the Little Mermaid at Disney World.
Nope.
It's gonna be Star Wars.
Yeah, I honestly, it wouldn't surprise me because right next to it is the Star Wars launch bay. It used to be that the building that used to be was called the Magic of Disney Animation, and it was really great because it was a nice little animated short starring Mushu that taught you all about animation and what goes into it. And it didn't cover much; it covered just the basics because it was a very short, short, but it run you through enough to get you interested in the idea of animation, and then when the show lets out, it lets you out into the Animators Academy, which was essentially a museum of animation. You could ADR over animated movies in your own little recording booth. You could take a class to learn how to draw characters. It was fantastic. It was such a tribute to the art of animation, and it's probably why Disney gutted it and replaced it with a Star Wars meet and greet, because Star Wars has just done such great things for the industry, and I love it so much. So yeah, it wouldn't surprise me if they replaced The Voyage of the Little Mermaid with something Star Wars related, because it would be right next door to it, so who knows, whatever, I don't care.
All I know is that most Star Wars content, we could just chuck it under the sea. Anyway, are we ready to begin?
I'm ready to begin.
I'm ready as well.
Okay, 3, 2, 1, go. Now I'm just searching up to see if there's any news whatsoever on what's gonna replace.
So I've gotten word that the thing that's getting replaced with starts with S and ends with Tar Wars. It's weird.
Well, I mean, at this point, I don't know how profitable it would be for Disney to even put another Star Wars thing in there, considering how the common sentiment on stuff. Didn't they regret? Isn't that something with Galaxy's Edge and how it's like losing the money, and it's this whole immersive Star Wars experience has been heavily watered down because it was nowhere near as successful as they thought it was going to be?
That would be like if you were to throw a Game of Thrones attraction up today.
Weird seeing this actually properly animated, because that shot in the live show is just, I'll show it on screen, it's just like, it runs at 2 frames per second, it's like a PowerPoint presentation.
It probably is. They just like have guys running behind with like different walls of a picture, and they like run across the stage to make it look animated.
Salty sea air, the wind blowing in your face. Perfect day to be at sea.
No, delightful. King Triton must be in a friendly type.
Who invited Gruntilda onto the boat?
Oh my god, my version of the movie has the most unreadable subtitles in history of subtitles.
It's just, it'd be alright if it wasn't just black. I don't know why they're...
Yet again, Avert's phone wins the day.
Have you ever had a technical issue when recording one of these commentaries?
Yeah, yesterday when we used Parsec.
Yeah, when you didn't use your phone.
Yeah.
Exactly. My phone is undefeated.
You know, for 89, this looks like really good. Really good.
Except for the subtitles, but I think I fixed it.
Yeah, my subtitles have been perfectly fine
you
so
had
far.
Problems with the commentary. We all had problems with Blue's Big City Adventure.
No, we didn't.
I didn't have any problems.
No,
I was
not.
smooth.
He wanted to have problems, but he did not.
I was desperately trying to get out of that shit. Like, come on,
Really,
phone,
I
break
think
down any
everyone
second
had
now.
At least one
No, he
time
didn't.
This
No.
thing.
No.
Okay, come on, phone. Now's your chance to pull a Samsung and explode, so I can get out of this movie. And it just never did.
When the dolphins first showed up, I was like, oh, that definitely looks like it was made in 89. But then the ship showed up and we went under the sea, and it's like, oh, this actually looks beautiful.
Wow, this looks better than something made in 2023?
Well, I mean, we can't go that far yet. We haven't seen the 22. I have not seen the trailer for the remake. I've seen nothing. I've seen like screenshots, and obviously I've
Except the scuttlebutt.
I've
You've
heard,
seen that too.
There's that. But outside of that, I've stayed as oblivious to as much Little Mermaid content of the remake as I possibly can, because I wanted to preserve it all for this recording.
Wow, Trevor, that's a really good first impression of the remake. Only you've seen Scuttlebutt and nothing else.
Well, logically speaking, it means things can only go up, right? The
Oh,
worst
can they?
thing.
Surely that's what that means. It can only get better.
This will be the finest concert I have ever conducted. Your daughters will be spectacular. Especially my little Ariel.
Yes, if only she'd show up for rehearsals once in a while.
It's a setup.
Yeah, it's a setup for basically how incompetent everybody running this. I remember that. Everyone running this show is apparently completely incompetent because of what's about to happen.
Paper underwater.
Hey, if we're underwater, how can there be a...
If we're underwater, how come that Italian plumber is shooting fire out of his hands?
We are the daughters of Triton, great father who loves us and named us Weather Harry.
I like how everyone is apparently shocked that Ariel didn't show up. So none of the stagehands or anybody, like no one, everyone dropped the ball so hard. Including Sebastian even said like, "Hey, Ariel never shows at the rehearsal," and then is completely gobsmacked by the idea that she doesn't show up for the actual show itself.
Sebastian, when the person who never shows up for rehearsal doesn't show up for rehearsal.
Well, I mean, it wasn't rehearsal, but still doesn't show up. I wonder how many bubbles the animators had to draw and animate in the making of this.
They go in there, the Mario 64 eel shows up.
You can just stay here and watch for sharks. Okay, I'll stand. What? Sharks? Ariel?
Well, he's just blocked the exit now, great. He'll never get through. He's just stuck there for the rest of the movie.
Oh, I do remember my mom was like, "Hey, let's watch The Little Mermaid. I love The Little Mermaid. You will also love The Little Mermaid." And then we got to this scene and we shut it off almost immediately.
Trevor was not Sigma male enough.
I don't even remember how young I was. I was younger than 5 years old. In fact, I just unlocked another memory. The first time I watched this movie was without my parents, because my mom was like, "You need to watch The Little Mermaid." And then I just never came back to it after I had that experience when I was younger. But then one night when I was in bed, I was trying to fall asleep. I just put The Little Mermaid on my TV and I watched the whole movie start to finish. And then I ran out to tell my mom that I had watched the whole movie, and it was like 1 a.m. She's like, "What are you doing still up? Go to bed." Younger than 5-year-old me was not particularly impressed by Sharky Boy over here.
Oh, you did it. You finally watched the whole movie. Now get the fuck to bed.
You big bully. Flounder, you really are a guppy. I am not.
Oh, I can't wait to see this guy. I can't wait to see this guy in live action.
Human stuff, huh? Hey, let me see.
His tombstone says, "Hey, let me see."
Humans use these little babies
as toys.
Oh, the concert! Oh my gosh, my father's gonna kill me. Concert was today? I've gotta go. Thank you, Scuttle.
Hurry home, princess. We wouldn't want to miss old Daddy's celebration, now would we?
I want you to keep an extra...
So what was that thing you were saying about the Mario eels?
Hey, Mom, can we have the Mario eels? We have the Mario eels at home.
The result of your careless behavior.
Careless and reckless behavior.
Sebastian, were you not in charge of making sure everyone was in their place for the show?
Yeah, so unreckless. I totally wasn't unreckless when I didn't check to see if everyone was there before starting.
I should probably have mentioned this. I'm very curious how the version of the movie of this fairy tale ends, considering how Disney handles things like this, because I doubt it ends the same way as the version I heard.
I don't know what the original is, but knowing Disney, the main character isn't gonna die. I can tell you that much.
Yeah, that's the version I heard. Basically, she just
intends to not let characters die.
Basically, the short version: Prince doesn't like her, she gives up and dies. The end.
Original fairy tales were something, alright.
I am never to hear of you going to the surface again. Is that clear? Ariel needs constant supervision, and you are just the crab to do it.
Reap what you sow, crabby boy.
Well, I'm sure he's gonna be in a really crabby mood after this.
Look at this trove. Treasures untold. How many wonders can one cavern hold?
Oh, I can't wait to see that in live action, though. There are gonna be, like, 3 jars sitting there on, like, the shelf.
Or there's gonna be a lot of stuff, but you're not gonna be able to see any of it because it's pitch black.
Yeah, it's just gonna be in a black void. Look at how beautiful everything is.
I've seen a couple screenshots of what underwater looks like in the remake, and it looks like they just meticulously sucked all the life out of it, even more so than their previous live action remakes. It's such a vibrant world that we're seeing here. Every shot underwater has looked gorgeous, and I do not expect that to maintain for the remake. But again, I haven't seen much, so I have to refrain judgment until we see it.
Well, I've seen enough to know that it's probably going to be shit because the reviews are very high, as everyone knows.
Hey, who turned out the lights in the water?
What would I give if I could live out of these waters? I'm ready to know what the people know.
So how'd they do this in the musical, Trevor?
She sits on a rock and she sings.
I mean, it's probably what happens in the remake, too. I think they were a visionary for doing that shit.
It's trailblazing.
Love to explore that shore above. Out of the sea. Wish I could be part of that world.
No surprises here, but Jodie Benson can sing her heart out.
Wait, hold on a sec. Whoa. Someone who can actually sing? No way.
And act and sing as a character? Yeah, what a concept, I know.
Sebastian starts smoking with a chain.
I mean, so the thing is, the one thing about the Little Mermaid remake that I'm actually somewhat optimistic about is part of your world, because I know Halle can sing really well.
Yeah, the question is she also capable of singing like the character she's supposed to
Yeah, or
portray?
is it gonna be show-offy shit?
Oh no, it's gonna be it's becoming as dark as the remake.
No, so I can still see shit in this one. So.
Oh yeah, the fireworks, they're gonna completely butcher it. CGI fireworks, get ready.
What? How does he think it's fish?
It's an expression. Come on.
What's what?
Sebastian said something jellyfish, and he thought it.
Jumping jellyfish.
OJ thought that was real.
Yeah,
that was an expression.
He wasn't literally calling the ship jumping jellyfish.
Yeah, I thought it for a second because they are flying objects. So I thought, does he really think that they're fish?
Dude, the day that we get winged jellyfish is the day I'm done. Scientists discover a winged spider. The what?
Hey, come on, Mutt. What you doing? I'm Max. Come on, Max. Good boy.
Also, going a couple, like, a bit back, dude, I could have I saw, like, I don't know, I'd have to see the scene again, but, like, I think someone was holding a Biden real goofy. That's it.
Yeah, I totally understood everything you said.
I have no idea what the hell you just told me.
Even I don't know. I'd have to see it again to actually point out anything wrong. I don't think that was how you hold it.
Does anybody know what Waffles is trying to tell us?
Yeah, just give up.
I have no
Waffles.
idea. No amount of subtitles could get anyone here to understand what the fuck you're talking about.
Like I'm not even trying to be mean. I literally can't understand what you're trying to.
Okay, I increased the volume to 200%. What are you
It's
trying
not a
to say
volume
about
thing.
it?
It's the mic cutting out because of his robotic voice.
What? You're saying I have a robotic voice?
Okay, it's better now. Try again. Third time's the charm, Waffles.
Alright, so a bit earlier, someone was holding a Biden, and I'd have to see it again to actually point anything out, but I'm pretty sure I don't think that person was holding anything right. That's it.
That was not worth all the hassle we tried to get through to figure out what you were trying to say.
Yeah, no, Waffles, you could have just not said anything. It would have been more information.
Yeah. What I think is more worth pointing out is that in this scene, they are celebrating Eric's 18th birthday, and that's what that giant statue was. That was his very special, very expensive, very large birthday present.
Totally something he would be into.
The ship looks pretty decent. I assume like that's rotoscoping.
Here's a funny part, because is this the same ship that was in the intro of the movie?
Yes.
So I listened to like 5 minutes of the commentary, and they specifically point out that they CG'd the ship and then drew over it because they literally couldn't get it to normally look good with normal animation.
Well, yeah, that's
I
a
gotta
lot
say,
of stuff.
that shot there on Ariel with the fire reflection on the water looked really good.
A lot of stuff from the Renaissance era was CG. Like, all of the utensils in the Be Our Guest scene in Beauty and the Beast, that's CGI. The Cave of Wonders in Aladdin, that's CGI. A lot of stuff was not traditionally animated.
Maybe if after this movie and the other one, I might actually watch the commentary since it's included with my version of the movie.
It came free with your fucking movie.
I didn't remember this, that Eric actually gets off the ship safely and then runs back into the burning ship to save Max's life. That's really nice. Because so what they've shown us so far, basically, is that he's been given this giant extravagant statue and he's not interested in it as a birthday present because it's just, he's not this big egocentric personality. He's much more down-to-earth and pleasant to be around. We also talked over that Eric is being heavily pressured into getting married, similar to Jasmine from Aladdin. He's just not interested in anybody that they're sending his way. He's still waiting for the right person.
I had hoped it would be a wedding present.
Look, you're not still sore because I didn't fall for the Princess of Glowerhaven, are you?
The entire kingdom wants to see you happily settled down with the right girl.
She's out there somewhere. I just haven't found her yet.
So, with just those three things, the statue, rejection, being pressured to marry, and going back for Max, they've pretty quickly gotten you to understand who he is and actually like who he is.
Oh, I can't make out a heartbeat.
He's using the foot phone right now. Hello, hello, hello.
What would I give to live where you are?
I'm very curious how they are going to do that scene because
the girl is the reason the guy is still alive, so...
Well, I was gonna wait to bring this up until later, but I guess we'll talk about it now. I'm already impressed with the fact that the general sentiment about this movie is that Ariel's a horrible role model and that she gives up literally everything to be with a man. But throughout the first 20s, it took 26 minutes for her to even meet Eric, and what her primary character trait is just her passion for wanting to discover more of the culture of the human world. And she makes regular trips to the surface, as seen by Triton's disgust for her doing that. That's what she's primarily interested in, is just discovering being a part of the human world. It had nothing to do with Eric until this scene. And when she finally meets him, she's the one who saves his life. So the internet kind of convinced me that this really was a movie that could be considered problematic nowadays and that Disney needed to fix, but having actually watched it so far, I am very, very impressed with how this has actually turned out, so...
Triton's headstrong, lovesick girl would make a charming addition to my little garden.
Oh yeah, this,
So about the shark, I'd look at a million sharks before looking at this shit when I'm 4 years old.
That's actually traumatizing for young children.
And that's the story of how Trevor got traumatized at 12:30 in the morning.
I never even made it that far when I was a kid, but if I did...
I remember you saying you watched the whole movie after that, though.
I did.
That's probably when you were much older.
Yeah, I was older than that when I was like... I don't even know. I must have been. It was either 3 or 4 when I watched it for the first time, or tried to watch it for the first time. I mean, but that's the thing with Disney. Due to their inability to kill people, they find other ways to punish people and scare the audience, and it ends up every time it's worse than if they actually killed them. Oh, you're not allowed to kill characters? Well, how about we just condemn them to being shriveled up little weeds in Ursula's garden of misery for the rest of their lives? That's better, right?
Ariel, listen to me. The human world, it's a myth. Life under the sea is better.
I love the sound of that xylophone.
The seaweed is always greener in somebody else's lane. Just look at the world around you, right here on the ocean.
And Sebastian's got bars. Can't wait to hear Sebastian's voice in the remake.
I've also heard this musical number many times during the live stage show.
Oh yeah, do they have someone like in a crab costume?
No, it's all puppeteering. It's all puppeteering.
Oh damn, they robbed us, Trevor.
And it's actually pretty impressive puppeteering. They coat the stage in darkness.
Oh, so it's like the remake.
You have to be actively looking for the puppeteers to see them. It's just people dressed in black clothing and they kill the lights. And all the puppets are very vibrant and colorful, so you can see them clearly. But unless you're actively looking for the behind the scenes trickery, you're not gonna see it.
That in itself is quite a cool idea.
We got no trouble. Life is the bubbles under the sea. Since life is sweet here, we got the beat here naturally.
I gotta say, the underwater propaganda song goes hard.
The newt play the flute, the cop play the harp, the place play the bass, and they sound and sharp.
That just sounds like a Seinfeld bass guitar.
The Seinfeld OST was composed by these fish.
This is another one I'll be interested to see the results of the poll when I ask in the premiere what everyone's favorite Little Mermaid song is, because I don't...
It's probably just gonna be Under the Sea winning. That seems to be like the whole new world of Little Mermaid.
You mean Friend Like Me? Because friend
yeah,
like...
I'd say friend Like Me, yeah.
But I think the commonly most liked song, though, is Whole New World.
Is it?
Is it?
Each little snail, you know how to whale here. That's why it's hotter under the water, down in the muck here under the sea.
You know, Sebastian tends to not know where this girl is most of the time.
No, he's very bad at actually being a supervisor for her.
Yeah, Sebastian as a lifeguard, everyone's dying in the swimming pool.
It's actually not that dissimilar to The Lion King, with Nala and Simba ditching Zazu in I Just Can't Wait to Be King.
I mustn't overreact. I must remain calm.
Yes!
Yes, Your Majesty.
Damn, dude, turned into a fucking rubber ducky.
Notice she's been acting peculiar lately.
Have you noticed her, like, at all in the past 20 minutes?
Do you have even the slightest idea where she is in the kingdom?
Have you seen her face in the last day or two?
I told her to stay away from humans. Humans?
What about humans?
Humans?
Oh god.
Everyone just loves spilling the secrets here.
Mr. Krabs let out the Krabby Patty formula.
Yeah, uh-oh. I think Mr. Krabs is gonna die here in a couple seconds.
Flounder. Flounder.
Okay, this, I don't know how the hell they got that in here.
Yeah.
I don't know how that happened.
It fell straight up too, like
you know,
literally like perfect
physically,
position.
But wait, under the sea verse slightly different, but
They're fish.
I consider myself a reasonable man.
Game over again.
I set certain rules.
Uh-oh, but my head was in the shadow there, so I'm more intimidating. In the remake, the entire thing is shadow, so that shot wouldn't work.
Spineless, savage, harpooning fish eaters.
Daddy, I love him!
No, he's a human. You're a mermaid.
I don't care.
I am going to get through to you. And if this is the only way, so be it.
I will burn the entire ocean to the ground. And he's saving his life and the life of the statue. Rip.
that's a lot of destruction.
Yes, other things she cared about.
It's like if McJuggernuggets was actually real.
What?
That's a name I've not heard in like 10 fucking years.
But unlike Gugonic, at least you know what I'm talking about.
What are you
Angry
talking about,
Grandpa destroys
No,
TV.
it's not. It's the Psycho series, not Angry Grandpa.
Oh, yeah, Psycho Grandpa. Yeah, no, Angry Grandpa,
I
Psycho.
also have no idea what you guys are referring to.
Really?
Yeah, it was the same type of shit though. Family member destroys everything in house. We totally murdered someone, guys, totally.
Oh, yeah, that was the amount of phone calls that apparently the local police station got when that video was uploaded.
What's he been up to? I've literally not heard that name in like a decade.
I believe it's just the same stuff that he used to do, except now everyone knows it's fake.
So now it's just role play.
Well, I mean, it was always that, but now it's just that.
Now it's actually role play because everyone knows.
Poor Ariel.
I didn't mean to tell. It was an accident.
I didn't mean to. My voice box just kind of did it on its own.
Yeah, I accidentally told him literally everything.
Yeah, no, Ariel leaving is also an accident, Sebastian.
This way.
God, that is just horrifying. Oh,
welcome
Jesus.
to Under the Sea.
Outside of just being creepy for the sake of being creepy, it also tells you something about Ursula, that she keeps all those people there as like a garden of all the people's lives she's ruined over the years.
I mean, it's still not as scary as Melissa McCarthy though.
I admit that in the past I've been a nasty. They weren't kidding when they called me, well, a witch.
Oh no, we're gonna have to hear this in the remake. So how'd they do this in the musical, Trevor?
Ursula sits there and sings.
Is that every song? Just sit on a fucking rock and start singing?
Basically. But it is a full-size, life-size Ursula animatronic, which is pretty impressive.
Use it on behalf of the miserable, lonely, and depressed. Pathetic.
Why is Shaggy used as miserable there?
Those poor unfortunate souls. So sad. So true. Now it's happened once or twice. Someone couldn't pay the price, and I'm afraid I had to rake them across the go.
So I kind of
take their soul.
But on the whole, I've been a saint to those poor unfortunate souls.
I also forgot how powerful her voice was. Like I knew.
Yeah, hold on a sec. And someone who can sing again?
I knew that Jodie Benson could sing, because obviously, but I forgot how the raw power of Pat Carroll's voice, well, both as the villain and as her character singing.
Kiss of true love. If he does kiss before the sun sets on the third day, you'll remain human permanently. But if he doesn't, turn back into a mermaid, and you belong to me.
What is this, Majora's Mask?
If I become human, I'll never be with my father or sisters again.
Hell yeah, I'd love to be with my fathers or sisters again. Let's do it.
Yes. This lady isn't suspicious at all.
I mean, Ariel's clearly putting up resistance to this. Like, she doesn't... Ursula just had to silence her right there because this isn't something she's familiar with whatsoever. She doesn't want to leave her family behind. But at the moment, I guess I'll take this opportunity to say, another thing I hear people say is that Ariel changed her body and turned herself into a human for no reason other than a pursuit of love. But the way the circumstances of this movie have been set up so far, her only choice right now is either stay under the water where her life is miserable and her father refuses to let her do anything she wants her to do, or roll the dice with a surface life and try to make things work up there. So it seems somewhat reductive to reduce this to just, oh, she's doing everything for love.
No, the problem is more the voice thing. It's just, would she do that, considering the thing with her affection with singing.
I once again would say that a miserable life under the water, or a life where you might be happy on the surface but you can't use your voice. I don't know, I feel like I might take that trade.
Can we talk about how hard the song's hitting right now, though?
Come on, you poor unfortunate soul! Go ahead, make your choice. I'm a very busy woman, and I haven't got all day. It won't cost much. Just your voice. If you want to cross a bridge, my sweet, you've got to pay the toll. Take a breath and go ahead and sign the scroll. Got some jetsam, now I've got her, boys. The boss is on a roll.
Pat Carroll's voice is sensational here.
Poor unfortunate soul!
Also, the contrast of the colors with the contract against the characters. Just the way everything is lit in the shadows of this.
Yeah, the contract being like the brightest thing in the entire ocean.
Yeah, the visuals and the performance, actually having purpose to the story they're telling.
I know, right? I cannot wait. I can't wait to see when they do it in the remake, which is just worse vocals and oh no, Melissa McCarthy's gonna be singing. Uh-oh.
Hold on now. FG sent me a message in May saying, "Today I found out Melissa McCarthy can actually sing."
Alright, let's see how that ends up.
Yes. Okay, well, we'll see.
I mean, I really don't want it understated how happy I am with this so far. This is so far exceeded my expectations for what I thought this movie was going to be.
Damn, that shot of her coming out of the water there.
Yeah, there's been a lot of shots like that have just really
every one of these shots, I'm always just thinking in the back of my head that it's the remake, which is an extra hour long, mind you.
Oh my god!
Just for shits and giggles.
I didn't want to bring it up yet, but god damn it, it's an hour, an extra hour from an hour and 22 minutes to 2 hours and 15 minutes. Why?
Not even Ursula's evil enough to do that shit.
Consistently, Aladdin, The Lion King, and Mulan were all exactly, mostly exactly, like roughly 30 minutes longer.
There's something different. Don't tell me I got it. It's your hairdo, right? You've been using it.
Your hair is a different color. Were your eyes always blue?
Can't put my foot on it right now, but if I know
She's
that
got legs, you idiot!
I can't put my foot on it.
Speaking of legs, Sebastian, you don't have any to stand on when it comes to perceptiveness. Remember what happened?
Yeah, you don't have a leg to stand on.
I mean, he doesn't, but he should know this because he was there.
Wait, who should know what?
Well, no, that he should know that this was the case and that he would be horrified and therefore lash out like he did, but
I was referring specifically to the very beginning where he didn't know that Ariel wasn't on display.
Yeah.
Don't you shake your head at me, young lady. You could go home with all the normal fish and just be miserable for the rest of your life.
Oh wow, they actually have a line in this movie that calls that out explicitly.
Yeah.
Wow, that's really good, yeah.
How the fuck do you miss whatever?
People nowadays have stupendous amounts of media literacy, as we all know.
Oh, well, I'll give people a little more credit, because going into this movie, I was kind of expecting that maybe the things people were saying about it were actually true. It might actually just be a case of nobody has watched this since 1989, and they've just accepted the sentiment that's turned about it from online discourse.
It's the case of the Snow White remake director.
Hopefully, thanks to the remake, people have stopped saying that, because when a remake comes out, obviously comparisons turn up.
Well, the people I follow on Twitter have said the Little Mermaid remake is actually substantially better than the original in many ways.
I guess we'll see about that, huh?
Yeah, I guess we'll see about how good it is at remaking this.
Avert, I have to give
you props. With an extra hour.
I have to give you props for not capitalizing on the pun that you could have made there with seeing. I have to give you mad points. The restraint it took to not indulge in that pun.
Trevor, I hope you understand. I'm gonna fucking explode.
I knew it. You're the one I've been looking for. What's your name?
Literally can tell you. Solution number 1: writing on paper.
All right, locate the nearest pencil and paper, and I'll get right on it.
Yeah, just get the pencil and paper from the water.
Oh, you need help. Whoa, careful. Careful, easy. Don't worry, I'll help you. Come on, you'll be okay.
Tip number 1: just cut the freaking paper.
This is just a random thing I just realized. She doesn't have the strength to stand, and maybe I'm wrong, but I feel like it would take more strength to swim than it would be to stand.
No, that's not a strength thing. Like, she didn't used to have legs. That's new limbs.
Literally didn't have legs before.
No. There was
Waffles, I swear to God.
Dude, go back and you will see she did swim with legs at one point.
You are lagging behind, Waffles.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Once she got her legs, she did end up at one point swimming with them.
Swimming and standing are not this. You cannot putting weight on your legs.
I don't think she was swimming with them. I think they dragged her to the surface.
Well, no, I'm willing to say that she was swimming. It still wouldn't change anything because moving yourself through the water is not the same thing as putting weight on your legs. Like, okay, Waffles, are you aware that that people who have impalements on their legs will often involve engage in some sort of water therapy where they swim?
I have heard of it. I have not seen it. I don't know how it's done, and I didn't say for sure. I'm just saying
Waffles, this is a good scene. Stop fucking ruining it.
You're all just haters.
Waffles, why couldn't you not be available?
Hey, let's watch the funny man try to kill Sebastian.
Yeah, no, okay, Waffles, get in there with Sebastian.
How I love les poissons. Love to chop and to serve.
Les poissons. Hey, Sebastian, I'll give you $5 if you sit on that cutting board there for a couple seconds. He just saying les poissons, mass genocide, les poissons.
Oh my god.
Okay, no, we have to pause. My thing stuttered, but it stuttered on the funniest frame of all time.
Oh my god, we made it as a joke. Did you actually get fucking technical issues?
The first technical, you jinxed me here, alright?
Of course.
You jinxed yourself, buddy.
What do you mean I jinxed myself? Bullshit.
Anyway, send the screenshot.
I am not involved. It's all Waffles.
Wait, I also got a very interesting image.
I'm okay with it pausing here because I got the literal best frame.
Okay, do we need to pause?
Yes.
Yes, we do need to pause.
Okay, let's
the best frame. This is the best frame of all time, especially with the subtitle. I just realized I just saw the subtitle too. Hopefully I'm not overhyping this. Here we go.
My expectations are very high, Avert.
With the cleaver I hacked him into.
Alright, time to attempt to find that frame.
It's stuck right there. Right there. The movie was like, oh, I'll show you a technical issue. I'm gonna hack it in two.
What did you say? 52:45, right?
Yes. You'll know
when it's the chef looks like he's taking a shit. That's the frame.
You'll know when you get there when it looks like this. That's you. That's
oh, that's even better than my frame. Why did you get the goated frame? That looks like fucking the chef from Pizza Tower. Dude, what's with all these goated frames? This frame is so perfect. Whoever animated this guy deserves a fucking raise, dude. Just the one person who animated this guy in particular. Dude, the subtitle is perfect. The bottom text, first I cut off their heads, then I pull out their bones. And it's this guy's face. Dude, this guy is like actually just the perfect guy, dude. Holy shit, I got another amazing frame. This guy's face is the gift that keeps on fucking giving. You don't understand. I need to know who animated this man. Look at Trevor. Have you seen all of these?
I am. I'm scrolling
have
through
you seen all of these frames? This guy's face is just perfect. Like, I'm just imagining being a Disney animator having to draw this guy's face 50 million
There we go.
times.
Okay, I got Trevor's frame.
Okay. Matthew O'Callahan and Kathy Zielinski are the two animators credited with Chef Louise, or Chef Louis. I don't actually know.
Wait, they have it? Oh my god. Those two people? I hope you have a great life. This is the best guy.
Those are my favorite people.
Being at a sink is worth it for the millions of screenshots we have gotten. I'm so glad I had technical issues. Holy fuck. Every frame of painting.
You know what you say like in the beginning of the movie about Sebastian like saying Ariel never shows up and then he's surprised that Sebastian when Ariel doesn't show up for Ariel when she doesn't show up for the proper thing. Live reaction.
On the count of 3 and then go. 3, 2, 1, go.
Why is Sebastian throwing up? Look at this guy, dude. Marvelous.
Maybe it's because, all the dead fish.
I mean, I wouldn't blame him if he now never wants to have anything to do with humans anymore.
Not that he ever did once.
Yeah, he sang a whole song about it.
Zottalo, I have missed one.
Oh no.
Game over, yeah. A fate worse than watching the live action.
Off, here we go in the sauce. Now some flour, I think just a dab.
Just a dab of cocaine.
I forgot. Oh, no. I forgot how funny this was.
Dude, especially with this guy being the one singing it.
That is actually funny, phenomenal.
Yeah,
This is
but like the animators are carrying this.
Yeah, the cooking pot saved him.
They better have gotten like $1 million for animating this man. There's a good frame in there.
Raiders of the Lost Ark moment.
What the fuck is happening?
Oh my god.
This is amazing.
Ow.
Holy shit. This is fucking
He will destroy...
Oh my
it's
God.
like Tom and Jerry. He's gonna burn down the entire kitchen.
I will burn down the entire house to kill this one crab.
No! His fucking reflection.
Oh my god, dude. You have no idea what Louis is on right now.
What is my man doing?
Who let my man cook? Who let my man cook?
Never let the bro cook again.
Look at my man Louis. Look at who let this man cook. He looks like Waluigi now. God, there's so many good frames. That was amazing. I need to know. Okay, the remake isn't even gonna have that scene. I can call it right now, but fuck.
No, it's gonna have Scuttlebutt instead.
Remember the swamp?
Well, what do you say? Would you like to join me on a tour of my kingdom tomorrow?
Wonderful. Now, let's...
Also, really worth pointing out that even though Eric is still focused on the girl that he met, because he doesn't believe that Ariel is Ariel right now, he's still focusing on wanting to find her and marry her, but in spite of that, doesn't just completely disregard this new girl's existence. He still treats her with hospitality and invites her on a tour of the kingdom, so that's...
Yeah, it's a good way to actually, you know, build their relationship. Because they both fell in love with each other, but because he thinks she's the other girl. Which makes sense, because he got knocked out.
Yeah, he was barely conscious. The only thing he knows is her voice.
Her voice, which is the only thing she doesn't have.
So can we just like rewind 5 minutes or so and just rewatch that entire scene again?
You can rewatch it later.
Oh, come on.
Oh, you'll get to see again in the remake.
No, we won't. That shit's getting... Disney is gonna pull
a
out...
bonus feature for the remake where we just watch that scene on loop again.
Disney is gonna fucking pull out the biggest scissors of all time, snip that scene out of there.
Which is interesting considering it's an hour longer.
Yeah. Well, it wouldn't be a Disney remake if they didn't trim out things that were really good and then replace it with shit.
Literally.
Searched everywhere. We've found no trace of your daughter.
Have you checked the witch's hideout, maybe?
I mean, she wouldn't be there.
They said they looked everywhere.
Yes, but it's not like they would find her there.
If they did check there, she wouldn't be there, so it wouldn't
Yeah.
really change anything. Or said it jokingly earlier, but it really is, every frame just looks like a painting. It's... Oh my.
Yeah, no, especially with the chef.
Oh god.
Especially with the chef.
I mean, that was silly. This just looks beautiful.
Not yet.
What? Less than 24 hours later, has Haven't kissed yet?
And even if he did by mistake somehow, it wouldn't have made any difference, so...
It's a kiss of true love.
Yeah, no, you can't just like grab him towards you, kiss. Like, no, that's cheating.
Oh my god.
His face, he's like, oh god, I'm going to die. I am dying tonight.
I'm very impressed with this movie so far.
Yeah?
Yeah, this is better than I remember it being the first time I saw it.
It is also way better than I remembered it being. I think the last time I saw this was pre-pandemic.
How the fuck did I forget about the chef?
How dare you?
How dare you? Yeah.
I am cursing my brain to eternal punishment for not remembering Louis.
I need to draw attention to this. FG just messaged in chat, damn, I wake up to this. The chef must be very interesting.
Oh god, I wake up, dude, there's no better way to wake up than Louis. Alright, that's better than breakfast at that point. Waking up to Louis, like, that is like, you are blessed if your eyeballs, the first thing they see on waking up is Louis.
You want something done, you've got to do it yourself.
One other thing I want to say about this is I think, pacing-wise, I think the songs are paced out the best in this of all the Renaissance movies we've watched. Because Aladdin kind of just stops after a certain point. Like, it's very front-loaded with all the songs.
And Mulan even more.
Yeah, it definitely, 100%.
There's like, what, 2? Yeah, there are like 3 songs in Mulan.
Bring Honor to Us All, Reflection, Girl Worth Fighting For, and Make a Man Out of You. All of which are very close, like...
Yeah, they're like in first act mostly, and it just stops.
Except the Girl Worth Fighting For.
Look at her, you know you do. Possible she wants you to. There is one way to ask her. It don't take a word.
Okay, they're gonna be singing this whole song and then they're gonna fumble the kiss here.
Oh, that...
Sing with me now.
Huh. So all I've read online is that this scene is problematic because Eric forces himself on Ariel.
What?
Oh, yeah, look at how much he's forcing himself.
No.
He's really forcing himself right now. now.
Yeah,
look at how forceful he's being sitting there rowing the boat.
I don't know, guys. I feel like I just watched Ariel lean in to kiss and then him deliberately pull away.
What are you talking about?
I think I might be going crazy. You know, I'm starting to get the idea that the image that has been painted of this movie on the internet is not entirely representative of what actually happens in it.
Yeah.
Oh my god, they're traveling together! They're traveling together!
I hope to God that video's out by the time this is.
Yeah, it better be. For sake of your sanity.
Scuttle, annoying to the characters, not annoying to the audience.
Yeah.
Will
Let's
that
see how
remain
it is
consistent?
in the remake, huh?
Dude, this song is just copium at this point.
Nice work, boys. That was a close one. Too close. Triton's daughter will be mine. I'll see him wriggle like a worm on a hook.
Final battle?
No. Not yet, at least.
I mean, we have 19 minutes to go, including credits.
Oh, by the way, so that shot just reminded me of something. OJ suggested earlier that Ariel could just write a note to Eric, and that is something a lot of people have said. But considering that she's grown up in a culture that believes that forks are hairbrushes, I'm not sure she even fully understands human culture enough to where that's something that she would consider doing.
Yeah, or she also wouldn't know how to write, maybe.
Well, I mean, she wrote underwater to sign the contract.
But she wouldn't think of it, probably.
He could do it instead, and then she saw that he did it. Problem solved.
He also did say the random names and land on Ariel. That worked just fine.
There's also no reason for her to assume that she would have the same writing system above land that's below the water.
The whole town's buzzing about the prince getting himself hit.
Oh my god, the blade's talking!
It's the scuttlebutt! Oh no! What's this idiot talking about? Have you not heard the scuttlebutt?
Let's just leave that for later. Let's not infest this movie.
Remember that song in the swamp when I was like, womp, chicka, womp, womp, chicka,
What the
womp,
fuck did I just
womp?
say?
This shot also was on the subject of things that were done in CGI.
Yeah, this one you couldn't really tell. It doesn't look bad, but yeah.
It looks CGI. It looks distinct from the rest of the shots.
Oh no.
We wish to be married as soon as possible.
Oh yes, of course.
Is that just the witch?
Yes.
Disguised or something? Phenomenal.
I mean, they did show her transforming into that character. She transforms into Vanessa, and then her pendant that's around her neck right now becomes the sun as it crossfades from one shot to the next.
Oh, it just did it again. Look at that. They're so good at it, they did it twice.
It's only slightly cheating. Oh wait, no, it's actually very much cheating.
It's not cheating. I guess it's a... No,
not the camera shot. She is cheating, as in...
That would require them to actually be a thing.
No, I think he means that she's cheating and that she's artificially manipulating things so that Ariel can't possibly
That the
win.
result ends differently, as in her favor. So yeah, I consider that cheating.
That was the entire point from the beginning, was to give Ariel a set of impossible tasks that she could never complete.
Yeah, exactly. That's why the voice thing was a thing. Oh yeah, that's another question. Did they ever establish that she would get her voice back at any point if she succeeded? I don't think they said that.
No,
so it will probably
that was the whole deal, was that she would not get her voice back after he kissed her successfully. That was a trade-off she was willing to make to escape her miserable life under the sea.
That's a sacrifice I'm willing to make.
I was flying. Of course I was flying.
Sebastian is just not having any of it.
Oh, instead of pike, the prince is marrying the sea witch in disguise.
It's also great that the stakes are as high as they are because it's a wedding, and it stands to reason. Like, you could say it's moving a little fast, but considering how heavily they were pressuring Eric to find a suitor as soon as possible, it makes complete sense that they would scramble to set up the wedding at their earliest convenience.
You have 3 days. If you don't do it in time, you just gotta play the song of time really quick.
What is he doing?
He's summoning his army of birds. The Twitter birds.
Yeah, it's actually the Twitter bird. Although the Twitter bird is murdered.
Yeah, no, they literally died and made an X. Have you guys seen the WWF in Germany, I believe? The animal, like, it's like PETA in Germany. They made a poster that was like, make sure to protect wildlife, and it showed the Twitter bird over the years, and then the X in 2023. And then on the bottom it said, make sure to protect wildlife. I do. When the birds come down, it's like. I like when they incorporate like stock sound effects, like in Mulan when they have like the typewriter. That's great.
And the jar's breaking.
Someone should edit that with the Scuttlebutt song coming out of his beak.
No, I will actually murder whoever does that, just FYI.
Well, uh-oh.
Oh no.
Oh, she gets her voice back. Okay, that.
Well, yeah, because that was what was control. Like they showed that was what it was sealed in, and that was what she was using to control all of her magic.
I guess I missed that then.
Eric, no! You're too late!
By 1 second, they could have got the buzzer beater if only they were a bit faster.
Literally 1 second was all it would have taken.
Yeah.
Literally just fucking grab him. Done. The end. It would have been true love. Would have worked.
Why, King Triton? How are you? We made a deal.
Daddy, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. I didn't know.
I'm in a really murderous mood for some reason. I feel like killing the nearest living thing.
The bureaucracy is too powerful for King Triton to override it.
You cannot beat tradition.
Eric, what are you doing?
Grim, I lost her once. I'm not gonna lose her again.
How exactly?
What do you mean? Good talk.
Yeah, good talk.
Oh, I mean, I meant how is he going to save her? It's not as if how deep in the sea was it exactly?
Well, I don't think he would know that, but he wants to try.
Yeah, like I did.
And also, we just saw a shot of like he can see the light from there.
It's not. It's pretty easy to see that from above the surface, considering how blindingly bright it is.
Contractor, no! You little fool!
Eric, look out!
After him!
He swims down as far as he can, then lets the harpoon do the rest.
Come on!
More people are involved in this final battle than I thought. Oh, and... Oh!
Oh dear.
Oh.
I did not remember that Ariel actually forced Ursula to defeat her own henchmen.
That's great.
Yeah, dude, I swear to God, it's literally a Mandela effect in which the movie changed in a different timeline. We're in the timeline in which the movie isn't mid.
Weird, because everyone said that Eric just does everything and Ariel does nothing.
I was gonna do a very important thing, but you know, it'll be actually earned.
All its toils bow to my power!
Oh, also, it just makes sense for Eric to be the one to do this because he literally had his soul and his volition stolen by Ursula. Like, she was controlling every action she took and every decision he made, every step he took, it was all done through him. So, it makes sense for him to be the one to take vengeance on her for that. Plus, he is a sailor, so he knows how to sail.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And again, it's really good to bring back the second ship for now. Really good set piece. And dead.
Goodbye.
Game over.
Disney brand and all that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shocking her into becoming a skeleton.
Brand.
Wait, oh my God, were Anna and Elsa's parents on that ship?
Yeah, film theory?
I'm not memeing. That is actually like that's a thing that people say.
Oh really?
I wasn't just pulling that out of my
That
ass.
must be it. I've heard that before the whole theory.
Oh, and it's also really cool that Triton was actually able to see Eric do all those things in defense of someone from under the sea to directly challenge his worldview that he's upheld all this time instead of just...
Yeah, instead of conveniently looking away right as he's doing stuff and then looking back at the worst possible time.
Or instead of Ariel just running up to him being like, Daddy, did you see it? Did you see it? Did you? And the answer is no, he didn't see any of it.
He's like, sorry, I was too busy looking at not that.
Then I guess there's just one problem left. How much I'm going to miss her.
Every frame of painting.
Yeah. Doggo!
Yeah, baby! That's what we're waiting for.
Let's go!
Oh wait, please tell me the chef gets a cameo during the wedding.
The chef is like cooking up the wedding ring.
Yes!
Yes, he's here!
Yeah, let's go!
Let's fucking go! Let's go! No,
Oh my God.
Sebastian, no!
This
is the best movie of all time. It ends with the chef. Holy shit, dude! Yo, let's go!
Even Sebastian got his revenge.
No, why would you do that to the chef? Why would you do that to him? No, you killed off the best character.
Oh.
Yeah, I mean, he just tried to kill him. Yeah.
Literally Tom and Jerry level stuff.
God, dude, that chef is amazing.
Wow.
So what were the people talking about again for that this being a bad role model?
So, thoughts?
That was better than I remember.
It was pretty good, yeah.
That was good. I'd give it like a 7 out of 10. I remember giving it like a 6 first time I watched it, but...
Well, it's definitely higher
Also better than the freaking fairy tale I got told where she just dies.
Hey, Waffles, what are your thoughts on The Little Mermaid?
The instruments under the sea do not work.
Waffles.
It sure is a good thing there weren't actually guitars and pianos and drums under there, and there were things specifically...
So, Waffles, you say that the instruments wouldn't work? I don't think your brain is working, okay? I think that's what's not working.
Wow, I can't believe you'd have to resort to a personal insult. Like, that's insane.
Well, it would be personal if you were actually a person.
No.
And not a waffle.
I like how Louise is the first person credited in the voices.
Oh my god, dude, let's go.
They know when you speak.
Yeah.
God, dude, they actually put him first. You know, maybe it might be a 7.5. That chef might elevate the movie
I'd definitely
like
put this
0.5.
above Mulan very easily.
I'd put it
Oh,
Mulan
absolutely.
above it still.
I'd probably give this an 8 out of 10. Like I said, going into this, I was expecting that it would probably be a 6 out of 10, just because, as I keep saying, of all the online discourse that has surrounded this movie over the years, and especially recently with the remake coming out, a lot of people seem to reduce this to a girl who just throws her life away to go live with a man for the rest of eternity. But actually watching it reveals that there's a lot more going on here than just that. The biggest thing that it needs to be drawn attention to is the fact that Ariel had a lot more passions and interests than before Eric was even on the screen. Her love of the human world and wanting to learn more about what life is like on the surface. That was clearly what was motivating her every step of the way. And the fact that she actually takes executive action throughout most of this, with saving Flounder from the shark, saving Eric from the ship, and then saving Eric from Ursula and causing her to kill her own henchman. Ariel does a lot in this movie. In fact, I might even say that she looks like she's at her happiest when her and Eric are just going through town looking at things, and she's just messing around, checking things out, and even taking the horse carriage by the reins and jumping it over the gap like something out of Speed.
And she doesn't even need her voice there, which is even cooler. The way they can show her emotions and still make them communicate despite her not talking and them not even trying to write something or anything. It's really cool.
I can't believe this movie took away female voices.
Oh, well, that's the other thing, is that a lot of people will point to the song Poor Unfortunate Souls as being a bad representation, because just the way that Ursula is referring to women is very derogatory, and it's like, it'll send a bad message to little girls, and I'm just like, how demeaning is it to expect that people are going to actually pay attention and listen to what the fucking villain of the movie is saying?
Yeah. Oh no, the villain is saying things that are not correct.
Are you guys aware that Ursula's the bad guy and she's intentionally trying to manipulate Ariel? And so Ariel's primary concern in that scene is that she won't be able to see her family again for the rest of her life. Ursula's the one that is framing the conversation around the idea of love and romance.
If I become human, I'll never be with my father or sisters again.
That's right. But we'll have your man.
Which, again, I didn't remember. A lot about this movie I just had completely forgotten because I hadn't seen it that much. But sitting down to watch it reveals that there's a lot more nuance to it than people are willing to give it credit for, which is somewhat frustrating.
It will be a good change of pace where we expect a movie to be not good and it turns out to be great.
What if the remake follows suit? That'd be really nice. If you expect it to be shit and it ends up not being that.
I doubt it.
So if you're just completely out of the loop to everything that's going on, you may find yourself wondering why I've gone out of my way to draw attention to the fact that The Little Mermaid isn't quite as problematic as some people might lead you to believe. Well, you see, there was this movie that came out in May of 2023 called The Little Mermaid, And, some people have said some things. People who were in the cast and crew of this movie have said some things. So, why don't we jump over to the remake, and I'll read a little quote.
Hold up.
What do you want now, Waffles? Oh, great, you found the violin guy. I don't fucking care about the stupid violin.
Yeah, who the fuck holds
Waffles,
it like that?
I am going to shove you into a violin if you don't stop.
What do you mean? Look at how he's holding the bow. What is he doing?
I don't care! So as I was saying before Waffles rudely cut me off, let's jump over to the remake and I'll read out a little quote about how the new version of Ariel is more nuanced than the original Little Mermaid. Ahem. Holly Bailey says her version of Ariel is more nuanced than the original The Little Mermaid. We've definitely changed that perspective of just her wanting to leave the ocean for a boy. It's way bigger than that. It's about herself, her purpose, her freedom, her life, and what she wants.
Isn't that not the original? Are you not just describing the original movie?
I was about to say, what did I just say that couldn't also be applied to the original movie? Was there even a single part of that?
Yeah, also, not only is that like the most like arrogant shit of all time, like my portrayal of the character is just so much more nuanced than the measly original for peasants. But not only that, but it's like it can apply to the original too.
Just because he said that, I am not gonna put her performance on
Is
the
it just
highest
my
level.
It's not just you, Waffles. I'm also hearing Overt robot out like hell.
Everyone is robot.
Now you sound like that too.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, no, for me too, everyone's robotic sounding. Okay, well, I'm disconnecting and reconnecting.
I will also disconnect and reconnect. Well, that was a fun little charade we just did.
We just did the Discord shuffle.
That was fun. Can we do it again?
Yeah, let's do it again for no reason.
Okay, do it again. I'll leave.
I mean, for me, it works now. Fine now.
Yeah. We're all fine.
I'm having no issues now.
Oh.
Well, I guess we're doing it without OJ.
I thought we were going to restart the call. We need to all leave.
I mean, do you still hear problems?
Can you hear us well or not?
Yes.
It's fine now.
Okay.
Okay, well, good. All right. I mean, if you want to do it again, that would prolong the time we have before watching this. So,
yes.
No.
I'd rather do the Discord shuffle than watch this.
I was just gonna say, I know what they were referring to with the original. They were referring to the original fairy tale where she just goes out to find her destined one and then dies.
I severely doubt that's the case.
Yeah, but you could argue that.
So I can confirm with absolute certainty that she was referring to the '89 version.
I mean, it makes complete sense, but I had to make that joke because the fairy tale version is shit.
Right, just as long as we're in agreement that you could not make that argument, just as long as we're...
No.
I had to eat in between the commentaries because the chef Louis made me extremely hungry, so he really worked up my appetite. I'm gonna have to look at this violin bridge the entire commentary.
Yes, you should.
Just post another message so it goes
You need
away.
to see the beautiful crafting of violins.
Just copy. Hold on a sec. Let me get a better thing for us to look at here.
What?
Hold on.
Way ahead of
No,
me.
don't you dare. That violin is beautifully crafted.
Waffles when the violin doesn't have a bridge.
What do you mean? It is important.
All right, let's do it. Let's do this.
Yep, 3, 2, 1, go.
First, I cut off their heads, then I pull out their bones.
All right. I think this is the first commentary. Yeah, this is the first commentary we've recorded that has the new Disney logo, and it's fucking even worse than the last one.
How do you make it even worse?
It's so overindulgent.
Look how much time it wastes.
That's the most like masturbatory opening. Like actually just dick measuring contest.
I think I saw that for the first time before Strange World, and I was like, why? Why though? It's
oh my
so
god!
bad.
Imagine Strange World being the movie it premieres on.
First shot already. I mean, it doesn't look bad, but you know, comparable.
The first DreamWorks opening that was like new was on The Last Wish, which like okay, it's a good movie for a new opening, but Strange World.
I still don't really like the new DreamWorks opening though.
Yeah, same.
Nor do I.
You know, I prefer when the tile drop was, you know, below ocean after we were shown the beauty of it.
Nah. Come on, you gotta admit, it's far more impactful to see just shots of the water.
It's literally just the same as Aladdin. Like, on the ocean, the town on the ocean.
You guys gotta realize, though, you gotta be really lucky to have a good-looking ocean.
It's just so much more impactful to see random shots of the water and then the title screen. instead of this.
Yeah, but they're also freaking hunting for mermaids. They're going to kill them.
Instead of seeing the grand reveal shot of the ship, and then you go under the water and see the title. We didn't even get the grand reveal shot. It's just them trying to kill a dolphin because they think it's a mermaid.
Oh, they're actually okay.
Hold us together to lure men to their death. Is that what they say?
I guess they hate.
I guess it's to give Triton more of a reason to fear the humans, but like I thought the whole point is that he didn't really know much of the human. Like he hadn't come up to the surface in so long. I always thought that everything he said was just completely unfounded.
Yes, the idea is that it makes sense from his perspective because his wife and Ariel's mom was killed by a human ship, but that doesn't mean that all humans are bad. It's inherently an unreasonable position to take, whereas if your attempts are to make Triton sound more reasonable, it doesn't really match with the story you're trying to tell.
Don't worry so much about me, Grimfish!
Call me selfish. I do not want to tell the Queen her son fell overboard on my watch.
Oh.
Dialogue? Exposition?
And on his birthday of all days. They had to establish it was his birthday.
Also that he has a living mother who's the queen.
Because we need more characters, obviously. Right, now we go into the ocean.
Now we're under the sea.
So first things first, the soundtrack is a lot less subtle than the original. The strings that we just heard, they're going like maximum intensity, doesn't really match for when you're trying to introduce a wonderful, majestic undersea world, which also looks like this.
Well, at least there is some color, right?
Yeah, it's good.
It's not black water.
There is more color than I thought there would be, I will say that much. That being said, in spite of this having more color than I'm used to in Disney remakes, it still isn't particularly aesthetically pleasing to look at. And also, they've done this in the reverse order, because the original started out with pretty but restrained color palettes as you pan through the coral reefs and you see the sea creatures swimming around, and it slowly builds to the most beautiful part of the sea, which is the grand majestic reveal of Atlantica. But here, they front-loaded all the color, and now there is no majestic reveal because there is no Atlantica. It's just rocks or something. I guess because having a big underwater palace is too unrealistic for a live-action remake. But, you know, talking sea creatures is totally fine.
Oh my god, he looked so bad! Holy shit. That was funny as hell. Javier Bardem is gonna be trying way too hard in this movie. He's gonna be so out of place.
I love how they're all just chilling here like it's a casual family meeting rather than the big theatrical concert that introduced Triton in the original.
Ariel isn't showing up. And it's not for a stage performance, it's just for this sitting around fun. What the fuck is that?
What am I looking at?
I tried, Your Majesty.
Did you try to make a good design?
What more can one crustacean do?
Also, what happened to his voice box?
Yeah.
I don't even need to say he looks hideous. You all know he looks fucking god-awful.
Like, they made a poster of this bitch.
I know I already said it, but I really want to emphasize this because it's really important for the flow and pacing. It was infinitely more effective in the original to have this big musical stage show that slowly builds in intensity, leading to the big reveal that Ariel's missed it. Like, she was front and center, she had her own private claim, so all eyes would be on her, making her absence stand out a lot more. Whereas here, it's just like, very mundane family meeting, and oh look, one of the chairs is empty. There was even a build-up to it because they hinted that Ariel wasn't showing up to her rehearsals. There was set up to...
What the fuck is that? That was actually a FNAF jump scare. FNAF has nothing on Flubber jump scare. Holy shit, dude. I blink and then that abomination's on my screen.
Flounder's design is so bad, he made me stop my criticism halfway through.
I would rather have a pop-up ad than that.
See, this is what I expected the Undersea to look like.
I mean, I would say it works fine enough for that specific scene because it, you know, sunken ships, ominous.
Yeah, but it looked ominous and also colorful in the original.
Yeah.
There was just, this is the exact murky CGI mess that I expected to see out of this movie.
Getting cold fins?
Who, me?
No way!
Fucking, why is he not even like, he was supposed to be like a big fish, that's the whole point. Now he's just a fucking fish!
And also,
he's just a fish!
And also the hole is way bigger so that he can fit through without any issue whatsoever.
No, it's the shark.
Well, I mean, if they actually tried that, it would look hideous, so...
As opposed to what we're looking at right now?
Yeah.
Which is just
it would look worse.
OJ, you are looking at the screen,
worse,
right?
But,
What a nuanced performance here, by the way.
Whoa,
Whoa.
Yeah, an elephant graveyard? Whoa.
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 I bet Scuttle will know.
Oh no.
Scuttle. He saw his own reflection. He's like, "Dear God, what did they do to me?"
Oh, is that what I look
He's
like? Oh no!
He's like, "Oh shit, what happened to me? Oh God, I used to be so good looking. The fuck is this?"
Uh-oh.
There was a much stronger build-up to the shark in the original. That he just kind of appeared out of fucking nowhere.
Yeah.
Oh my god, it's Cocaine Shark!
Also, I bet you if you were to watch this movie as a kid, you would not be scared of this fucking shark. This goofy ass shark.
Am I the only one that just has trouble seeing what's going on because of all the rubble?
And it's also really dark.
It's the thing you do to hide the CGI imperfection.
Remember what I said about the music feeling way overbearing and over-intense?
Yes.
Just drops a barrel on him. What the fuck?
He almost had no reaction. He basically had no reaction.
He just like, bruh. He just doesn't even give a shit.
What?
He just happened to
Is
go
that
in
how
there.
reflections work? I don't think that mirror was turned her way.
It was her plan to send the shark into
that
the
is
original.
not. The shark would just see himself in the reflection. He wouldn't see someone standing off to the right out of his. All right.
Gotta show him who's in charge.
It's just Scuttle Abomination and CGI. It's okay.
I was considering mentioning this when we were watching the original, but I'm pretty sure the generally agreed upon strategy for dealing with a shark is not to run away, but to punch it. So I don't know.
Yeah, punch it in the nose. In the nose.
I don't know that dropping a barrel on it would have done what this movie thinks it did. You dropped a fucking barrel and it's like Donkey Kong shit.
Did it even do anything? It did nothing but get its attention. That's all it did. It's like, hey buddy, how's it going?
Can birds breathe underwater?
I don't think so.
Can Aquafina breathe underwater? Fucking, they cast Aquafina. Okay, Aquafina's agent is like the most talented person in Hollywood, I gotta say. The fact that she keeps getting roles.
Well, see, it makes sense because Aquafina is a water bottle brand, so it makes they cast her in a movie that takes place under the sea.
That's the only reason. It's like if you had a movie that took place in a glacier, just cast Ice-T. Because he's ice.
Please kill him. On the subject of things that don't belong underwater, Sebastian, the specific type of crab, would not be able to live underwater, I'm pretty sure, because he's a ghost crab, and research is too hard. And yeah, I don't want to gloss over that they took a scene that previously took place on the surface and put it underwater. I get that they changed Scuttle from being a seagull to being a gannet specifically to try to justify this, because gannets are diving birds, but that doesn't explain the whole breathing and talking underwater thing. Also, in the original, she actively went to seek information about the surface world from someone who lives on the surface. But here, Scuttle just falls out of the sky randomly because she was going for a snack. She was diving right in front of where they happened to be at that particular time. Okay, that just looks funny.
Holy Jesus!
They're trying their hardest, though. They're trying their hardest to imitate it.
Are they? I mean, the tentacles look kind of cool, I guess.
Yeah, the little lights. You know, since everything is going to be extremely dark, it's nice to actually be able to see something.
In this dim little crevice.
You're right, it is dim. I can only see the tentacles in that.
Yeah, where are you? Where are you again?
I may have finally found Daddy's weakness.
There's a quote. I may have finally found Daddy's weakness.
The opening I've been waiting for.
I can't see shit, Captain!
I finally found Daddy's weakness.
Dying! Dying!
We were exploring and a shark chased us?
Shark? So you went to the shipwrecks again.
The shipwrecks is what you're concerned about? Aren't you concerned about her going to...
Wait.
Yeah, you went... Wait a minute, a shark? You went to these exact coordinates?
Barely know anything. You won't even let us go to the surface.
Why do you have to be so strong-minded? Just like your mother.
Wait, why do you have to be so strong-minded? That's dialogue, right?
I think we're overlooking the most important thing here, which is that Ariel hasn't been to the surface before. The reason why I know that they changed the character to a gannet is not because I'm an expert on ornithology, because I'm not. It's because the director explained this change in an interview, and the reason why he made that change is because he deliberately wanted to make it so that Ariel had never been to the surface prior to rescuing Eric, because he wanted to raise the stakes for the moment when she finally does it. Which is also why Triton is no longer primarily concerned about her going to the surface in the scene. It's mentioned, certainly, but the instigator of this conversation is that Ariel went to the shipwrecks because in this version she has never been to the surface. But what the clowns who made this film don't realize is that in the original, that scene with Scuttle established Ariel's willingness to defy the rules of her father by regularly going to the surface. She consistently does does this to seek information about the human world from Scuttle, and it shows us that she is a proactively independent character who is going above water before she even knows who Eric is. And now, because of this, you've engineered it such that the first time Ariel's ever going to leave the ocean to go to the surface is for the sake of Eric to save his life. So despite your efforts to claim this film was about more than just Ariel wanting to go to the surface for the sake of a boy she just met, you have hilariously made her less independent, less rebellious, and less interested in the surface world when removed from Eric than she was in the original. Great job, guys.
I love when Disney tries to improve on what they think is not progressive, and
then they become even less progressive.
Not even less, because that's assuming that the thing that they were trying to improve wasn't. Also, I guess it's not. I guess she doesn't care that much in terms of hiding it this time. There's no rock in front of it. It's just a couple of seaweeds.
Also, it's. Oh no, he's here. Okay.
Were you gonna say Flounder isn't here? Because I don't blame you, because he blends into the background perfectly.
I was just gonna say she's talking to herself, but no, he's here.
Wouldn't you think my collection?
Oh, here it is. Here's her.
Wouldn't you think I'm the girl who has everything? I've got gadgets and gizmos aplenty. I've got who's it's in one.
How do we feel about her singing?
It's okay. It's not bad. It's better than her acting so far, that's for sure.
But who cares? No big.
I was gonna say fine, but that who cares? I don't know. That sound like show-offy shit.
Yeah, they do a lot of show-offy shit in every live-action remake, but overall the singing isn't bad. Not as good as the original, though.
Up where they stay all day in the sun, wandering free. Wish I could be part of that world.
I'm going to give this movie that. They didn't change the entire song or the lyrics for the basically most important song in the entire movie. Lion King 2019.
They didn't cut the song out of the movie until the last second when fan backlash came in.
I still need some of that hydrophobic paper.
I'm kind of at odds with myself about this one.
Yeah?
It's not like immediately abhorrent like the stupid Spirit song from The Lion King.
Oh, wait, no. I don't know what's she doing with that note. But like, I am conflicted. It's not like terrible.
You know, it's not,
but it's not an improvement.
It's still inferior.
No, not at all. It's very inferior, but I don't think it's
There's some
bad.
talent there.
Yeah, like some of it sounded really good. Some of it sounded a bit like Lion King show-offy singing for an album, not for a character. It's
very weird.
It's all right. It was. I mean, like I said, I kind of feel bad saying because I know Halle can sing really well. Like she's an extremely talented musical artist. So it's like it's half and half with that song.
It's probably that's on the director. When a good actress or a good singer has bad singing, that's on the director.
So the director said he wanted the moment when she breaks through to the surface to have more stakes than the original, which is why you have that super dramatic shot of her extending her hand up above, approaching the light. Unfortunately, you've managed to achieve the opposite effect because in the original, Triton explicitly and angrily says,
I am never to hear of you going to the surface again. Is that clear?
Which makes her decision to defy her father's instructions much more impactful, but there is no such line in this one. She's never faced consequences for going to the surface, and the most we got was,
You won't even let us go to the surface.
Why do you have to be so strong-minded? Just like your mother.
oh wow, I can just feel the stakes with that one. There was a sort of sublimity. Oh, there you go. Hey, are you happy, Waffles?
Yeah, let's see. No, I didn't get. I only got to see his fingers. I didn't get to see his butthole.
Is this gonna be the superior movie because the violin is correct?
I might have to go back and see if the fingering. I can't tell exactly, but if the fingering's like completely off.
Out of context.
I was about to say, I wasn't gonna, I didn't want to call attention to it, but...
He said it twice, so...
I'll sing you a song of the King of the Sea!
Hey, so remember how timid and shy Eric was in the original? Very down-to-earth, super chill dude, and easily likable at first glance? Yeah, what if instead we had him sing a song about being King of the Sea? Yeah, it's not like a big part of his character was how much he didn't like all the show-offy attention he was getting after being presented with a statue as a present. Yeah, no, I'm sure Eric is definitely the type of person to be acting like this on his birthday. Doing a stellar job of convincing me you really understand what the original was trying to do.
When you came to us 21 years ago, the king and queen took you in and treated you as one.
Oh my god.
More exposition for no
Exposition!
Every single
Also-
one of these live action remakes has some exorbitantly expositional dialogue.
Don't you know you're a king? Your father expected this from you. You were supposed to do this. Don't you remember that one time?
Do you remember
when
your
this
entire
important thing
emotionally
happened?
scarring backstory? Don't you?
Don't you remember your emotionally scarring backstory in which this happens and then this? You gotta remember this.
Damn, the fucking statue president, he doesn't really care about it. He comes back to save the dog later. It's so simple, so tells you so much. Show, don't tell. God fucking damn it.
They even have I guess maybe the statue will be here in a second.
Maybe. Because, you know, it feels like really good imagery, but also it's part of the reason why people think, oh, she only goes there because her wanting to be with a man. I think that they're gonna remove the statue because of that.
Also, no way you're falling in love with that guy.
Can the music just relax, please?
No, it's a dramatic scene. It needs dramatic music.
There was a really beautiful sublimity to the original, but it's just like... Did Alan Menken do this too?
I think he's credited. I don't know if he did the original score.
Yep,
Yeah, he did,
it's
yeah.
Alan Menken again. How?
I mean, hey, if Hans Zimmer can compose the Lion King 2019 soundtrack, I think Alan Menken
No,
can
this is
fuck one up
worse.
too.
This is considerably worse.
Oh, wait, I guess that was the statue.
Oh, they didn't even bring up that they made a statue of him. They're just like, oh, this is here.
Very talented people can crap out shit if they get the wrong directives, but...
For instance, Lin-Manuel Miranda making Scuttlebutt.
Ah.
Yeah, see? Everyone fucks up once in a while. You gotta realize, everyone's a good director, and a good writer, and a good singer, and a good actor until they're in a Disney live-action remake.
Who did direct this, actually? Rob Marshall.
Who?
Oh, he directed the Into the Woods live-action remake, did he? Oh, interesting.
Alright then.
Who?
Max.
Oh, why would you...
The audience needs to know that that's Max's dog.
No, but, like, in the original, it was a lot more powerful to show him already in a safe position on the lifeboat, and then he goes back onto the boat to rescue the dog. Like, that's a lot more, that tells you a lot more about him than if he's already stuck on the boat and then he grabs him. Also, it felt like it took a lot more work in the original to rescue Max.
Jump, Max! Come on, boy, jump! You can do it, Max!
Meanwhile...
But you don't understand. We need to make all these scenes shorter, so we can spend all like that extra hour and even more on stuff that isn't that needed.
Wait, after all the time it took for Max to swim to the boat, he couldn't just...
Yeah, I don't know. He just stood there to watch for a bit.
Again, in the original, he didn't have time to do anything. It just exploded instantly. Also, what even happened? He just ragdolled off the side of the ship.
Oh, is that the statue?
Yeah, that is a statue.
I didn't see it anywhere else earlier.
It was like inside of a box thing. That looks a bit off.
At least this time the statue doesn't fall like standing up.
Oh,
but then they try to cut it. They try to cut it.
Okay.
They try to do a cut where it transitions.
Oh no.
Oh, that's a great delivery.
What?
Oh no.
Yeah, they needed to be in this scene.
I mean, Scuttle was in this scene originally. It was perfectly fine.
Yes, however, Scuttle was actually trying to help Eric in the original. Like, he wasn't good at it, obviously, because the joke was that all his knowledge of the human world was bullshit, but he made an effort to try to help. It was just a little bit of comic relief, which also told us that for as misguided and misinformed as Scuttle was, he cared about doing the right thing. Sebastian was also in the scene originally, and yet without having to say a single word, we knew what was going through his head while Ariel was still singing. We had their character stuff developed while also learning about the side characters in tandem. But now, here we bumble around with Fucko 1 and 2 with an entirely separate, painfully unfunny conversation that takes half a minute longer than the original did to communicate the exact same amount of information, and also shoves us in the middle of the scene where Eric is lying unconscious instead of after he's back up on his feet and the dust has already settled, which is a much more appropriate time to have this conversation. Man, the original Little Mermaid is really fucking good.
Yeah, that I don't know why they put that scene there. For a second I thought they were gonna remove Skull from the scene entirely because I thought that the comedy affected it a bit, but no, they just replaced it with even more of an obnoxious comedy.
Mr. Director, sir, you know that really gorgeous shot from the original where you're looking at Ariel through Eric's POV? Yeah, okay, so hear me out. What if you surgically removed all life from it and just put this cheap-ass blur effect over Ariel? Brilliant! You're hired!
Well, they made it more blurry here, but like it doesn't affect the original since...
Right, so if their defense of this would be, wait, it doesn't make any sense that Eric only knows Ariel by her voice in the original because he saw her when he woke up. So we needed to make it clear to the audience that his vision was blurry, which is why he doesn't remember what she looked like. That's self-evident by the fact that he's just waking up. Nobody's vision is perfect in the first seconds after they regain consciousness. The original just had a much more visually striking way of communicating that than literally applying a blur filter. It's just fucking lazy.
The way it was done in the original was better.
Yes.
Watch and you'll see.
Is she, like, having a seizure? Why is her...
I don't know what's up with her hands.
Look, we have to show off the live actionness of this movie.
That shot was already gonna be hard to replicate it, so I feel mean saying it doesn't look as good, but it doesn't look as good. Kinda shouldn't have done this to begin with.
That little girl's gonna run straight into my tentacles.
It's not the same with Melissa McCarthy.
It's also not the same when she's just monotonously expositing her plan.
Yes.
You know what was a lot more effective? Showing us more of Ursula's personality, and then showing how horrifying she can really be. Showing that Garden does a way better job of communicating how threatening Ursula is, than just having her monologue about how she's gonna take back Triton's power.
We see it's very clear that from people's reaction to the original, that things were explained well enough, so we need to do more of that. And that's why people like this more.
Even when they beat you over the head with Sebastian saying your choices were be miserable underwater or go up here with the humans, they're like,
Sebastian, how did you find me?
What is all of this?
Oh gee, I don't know, maybe because you come here every single goddamn day? I don't know, that might have something to do with it.
Look at the longing in his eyes.
What is he doing here?
From the shipwreck.
Okay, so they changed it so that she brought it here, which makes more sense.
1 point for a little remake.
And they also made it smaller, so it actually fits for the entrance better.
2 points for the remake.
Sebastian, if you had just seen it up there, and they filled the sky with fire.
Okay, listen to me.
Okay, here, let's Under the Sea time.
Let's see how this goes.
They're walking a fucking tightrope.
The xylophone's a lot more muted and...
It's always greener in somebody else's lake.
No, I already hate it.
Now that you have the chance to make the instruments louder, now is when Alan Menken's like, yeah, no, we're not gonna do it.
Let me guess, it's just gonna be the two of them talking throughout the whole thing.
Stop zooming in on that creature.
Also, his voice is nowhere near as good as Sebastian's voice in the original.
No.
My ears!
It doesn't, it's like, it sounds slower and more muted.
He's like, under the sea.
Like it's like he's drunk singing it, under the sea.
Under the sea. Under the sea.
Don't hear all the fish is happy.
Aren't dolphins mammals?
Yeah, they are.
I'm sure they are.
They are not fish.
Okay.
Oh wow.
Just making sure.
Great.
Glad to see how well the visuals are matching up with the music.
When the boss get hungry,
guess who gonna be on the plate?
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
His attempt at doing the original Sebastian voice, it made me want to die.
Can they not find someone with a low enough voice to sing that part? You know, like they did in the original, since Sebastian wasn't the one to sing it?
Yeah.
One day when the boss get hungry,
Guess who gonna be on the plate?
And actually, on that note, where the fuck is everyone else?
Yeah, where are all the other fish?
Oh look, there's the background singing.
They replaced it with Ariel.
Like, in the original, all the sea creatures were singing, dancing, and playing in unity, celebrating the wonders of the ocean for Ariel's sake. The entire idea of it is that Sebastian is working together with all the people, all the undersea creatures, showing, like, this is how, oh my, that looks
What
fun.
the fuck is this? What the fuck is this? A bunch of dancing turtles?
They're about to go, look at how sick they're gonna murder someone.
I love how the lyrics are describing, like, different fish playing different instruments.
And they aren't on screen.
And we're not seeing that happening.
you to play the flute, the top, play the hop, the place play the bass, and they sound and sharp.
The new play the flute, the cop play the harp, the place play the bass, and they sounding sharp.
Yeah, that's the other thing. My dolphin comment earlier was kind of a funny meme, but seriously, it's really important for there to be harmony between what you're seeing on screen and what you're hearing in the song, which is why the original works really well. All the things Sebastian says are supported by the animation, but in this, they just have that fucking hilarious shot where Ariel's humping the turtles in a blue screen.
What the fuck am I looking at? Why do I have to look at this right now on this day, at this time?
Here's the thing though, they are trying, it's still worse, but you know, the attempt is here.
I mean, it's a better attempt than freaking, the stupid song from Lion King 2019. You literally can see which ones are the characters you were supposed to look at.
Yes, it is better than Lion King 2019 so far, but clearing the lowest cinematic bar imaginable, apart from Mulan 2020, I guess, isn't exactly something worthy of praise.
That's what I'm saying. It's not a high bar, I understand that, but like, there are some neat visuals here. It's just not as good.
Neon lights equals pretty visuals.
So far, this is a high bar for the live action remakes.
Oh, okay, let's not get ahead of ourselves. This is... Oh. She just...
Wait, how... She was just in front of you, right?
Yeah, so I was just gonna say, in the original, Ariel left because Flounder, like, they teamed up as a means of getting away. Here, even though she was clearly having fun dancing with everyone in the song, she just dipped out of nowhere randomly, which is especially interesting because aside from not showing her actually slipping away this time, in this version, they did go out of their way to show Ariel singing along with everyone else, which they did not do in the original, so she was apparently even more captivated by their musical performance this time, and yet she still just disappears without even showing it.
We know our character is better like this.
You know, on this last trip, we traded Alkane for 20 cases of quinine.
Where are those 20 cases now?
Where's this supposed to take place again? And when?
I don't know and I don't care. I don't know why they thought trade discussions, like Star Wars Phantom Menace, was what the Little Mermaid needed.
Well, apparently they thought it was necessary.
Well, we gotta fill that 1 hour up somehow.
Yeah.
Holy shit. Only like a third way.
Oh my
god. I would like to add that way more happened in the original and by this time. It's just,
yes.
By this point in the original, we had gotten to Poor Unfortunate Souls.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Does he get his own song?
Oh, most likely.
Oh no.
I'm almost positive he does.
Oh,
boy.
no.
All of the like love interests so far have gotten love songs, except Mulan, because Mulan has no songs.
All I ever wanted.
Yeah, here we go.
Yeah, there it is.
No, why?
I saw it coming like a few seconds before it happened.
As days and hours roll by, all I ever think about is you.
That's some auto-tune.
Yeah, holy shit.
Taking me with your soul to wild uncharted waters, miles beyond the sea.
This is a Little Mermaid song.
So,
yeah, it has the same issue that it doesn't fit in at all.
Yeah, correct me if I'm wrong, but does Lin-Manuel Miranda wrote the lyrics for all the new songs, right?
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Whether he did or he didn't, inclined to believe that he did because this doesn't, like, stylistically, it clearly does not match with, sonically or lyrically, it doesn't match with the other Little Mermaid songs.
Speaking of lyrics, I am not really getting any new information from the song. I don't know about you.
No, we really aren't. We're at 3 strikes with this song. It doesn't fit the style of the original song. So style, in massive quotation marks, that it has is extremely generic and uninspired. And lyrically, it doesn't tell you anything about Eric's character that we didn't already know from previous scenes. Also, in the original, Eric had a flute because he was passionate about music. You think it might have made sense for him to, I don't know, use that flute in this scene?
Or have flutes in the instrumental, right?
Siren that guides me to wild uncharted waters. Time may change the shoreline, but time will not change me.
Oh, the show-offiness, no.
Come find me again.
Well, that was Eric's big song. Conclusion. Nothing but a giant waste of my time. Like, it's just, everything that was in that song was something that was shown to us in the original. and was told to us in this movie. He's obsessed with finding Ariel, and he's passionate about the... You know, that was something that the original didn't really need to state overtly, was that Ariel and Eric were more compelled by the worlds that they came from, and opposite. Ariel was obsessed with the human world, and Eric was interested in a life beyond what was available to him on the land. Then they have to beat you over the head with that song in this one. I'm reading the lyrics to make sure I didn't mishear it, and I did. In fact, I did not mishear it. One of the sets of lyrics is...
Over you, I cannot get over you.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, over you. I can't get over you.
Lin-Manuel Miranda, everyone.
God, Trevor, you gotta watch Hamilton after this. See something good from Lin-Manuel.
I already have. It's called Encanto.
Yeah.
Or Moana.
Yeah, or Moana, I was gonna say.
You broke the rules.
Hey, Avert, remember what you said about Triton emerging from the shadows? Well, you were right. Instead of having him cloaked in shadows, which was illustrating his current darkened emotional state, he's just hiding behind the statue, and he just casually floats on out. Also, what was that acting?
Man was drowning. I had to save him.
You should have let him drown.
You should have let him die.
This is way more overt than before.
You would have just heard him, Father. He's compassionate and kind.
He's a human! You're a mermaid! Promise me you will never look for him again.
I can't lie to you.
I swear I will get through to you!
Say bye to Eric, Ariel.
Whoa, that's... Okay, then.
That doesn't look natural at all.
It isn't. It's just not natural.
The video game explosion, just whatever's in this area, it's completely fucking destroyed.
Fucking remote bombs.
I like how Sebastian was standing right next to the statue, so if he fired a second earlier, he would have just blasted his own advisor or whatever.
Shame he didn't. Oh well.
Never leave again.
No one can act for shit, apparently. Ariel didn't sound like she cared at all. There was no passion or sadness or just emotion in her voice. And Triton certainly didn't sound angry at all.
Contact between the human world and the mer world is strictly forbidden. Ariel, you know that.
Went to the above world. You're savages.
Nor, by the way, is there a shot like there was in the original where we see that Triton does still care about his daughter and feel remorse over what he did, even though he still believed it was for her own good. He felt bad about it. He didn't like doing it. There was remorse, there was regret, there was a sense of really didn't want to do that, but it's for her own good. Where are these details? Can you stop just copying a Spark Notes outline of the film so you don't miss these small and yet incredibly crucial moments that tell you so much about the characters when you're remaking the shit?
Who are you? Oh, you must not remember me.
You must not be able to see me since I'm so fucking dark.
Yay, I love murky where I can't see anything.
I love navy blue. Alright, how are they gonna do this? This song fucking went hard in the original.
Wait, are they not? Do they not have...
They're worms now?
Oh, that's so lame.
That's also very dumb.
What the what?
Extremely dumb.
Why would you change that?
Jump scare.
Not only is that just less horrifying, like, oh cool, a skeleton, woohoo, I've never seen that before.
Not the spirit Halloween skeleton.
But seeing the garden of withered souls, that's like, they're alive, they're experiencing that. That's a lot more horrifying than showing the skeleton. And also, as I said, tells you something about Ursula's character. Just having them be dead skeletons does not achieve.
I guess they turned the seaweeds into like those thing with one eye. By removing personality from them, it makes them less terrifying, if that is the case.
Like, they've clearly replaced it with just the floor full of skeletons that's below Ariel right now.
Please.
Another jump scare.
Melissa McCarthy jump scare.
You're so young.
I don't think you want to be saying you're so young like that with your tentacles.
Yeah, don't do that.
Also,
yeah,
it's way
no.
more apparent that she's manipulating her here.
Yeah, she's just like not even hiding. She's going full mask off.
Yeah, she said, yeah, you're perfect for each other or something.
Yeah, in the original, the entire point of the song and everything else was her trying to make her believe that she's trustworthy. And here she's just full mask off like, yeah.
It's what I do.
Okay, I already don't like the instrumentation.
I admit that in the past I've been a nasty. They weren't kidding when they called me, well, a witch.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Okay, so the entire point of this song is that it's one long ballad of manipulation to convince Ariel this deal is actually worth taking. Every inflection in Pat Carroll's voice, every word Howard Ashman wrote, every note and instrumental choice from Alan Menken, and the synthesis between all three of those things was vital to the raw, hypnotic musical synergy of Poor Unfortunate Souls.
Lonely and depressed. Pathetic.
Yeah, hey, Ariel isn't supposed to be able to hear you say pathetic. You're not supposed to look in her direction when you say pathetic. It was an aside to her henchmen in the original. You're supposed to be selling yourself and the contract you want her to sign. Calling your previous customers pathetic to her face, not the best way to do that.
Great snails, Ursula, please! Can I help him? Yes, I do. I'm afraid I had to rake 'em across the coals. Yes, I've had the odd complaint, but on the whole, I've been a saint.
Can you stop yelling every goddamn line at the top of your lungs, please?
Oh god, I don't like that shot.
Yeah, no.
Not in the slightest.
This feels slower.
Yeah, that tempo is off. It doesn't hit as hard. Melissa McCarthy doesn't have the same booming voice as the original.
Yeah, it doesn't work as well.
Something tells me that this isn't what FG was referring to when she said she found out Melissa McCarthy can sing.
Surely, right?
I don't know why. I get that feeling.
This overdramatic performance you're putting on isn't going to convince anyone to do anything. I don't know how she did it, but Pat Carroll's voice in the original was both sadistic and powerful, but more importantly, simultaneously soothing and persuasive.
Poor unfortunate souls in pain, in need. Poor unfortunate souls in pain.
Like, I know every single remake has the singers go insanely over the top because they forget that they're supposed to be singing as characters with motivations and are instead acting like they're just producing an album, but this is by far the most egregious example of that yet. What happened to the saleswoman PR attitude that Ursula had of downplaying her past actions and laughing off the comment of her being a witch?
They weren't kidding when they called me, well, a witch.
You weren't kidding when they called me, well, a witch.
What happened to the slow buildup of instruments that led to that grand climax instead of coming out of the gate way too hard, way too fast?
Come on, you unfortunate!
Wait, did they cut the... Come on! Guys, I don't know if you're aware of this. Ursula is the villain of the movie. When she's...
They cut the...
Yes, they did. When Ursula says things like...
Yet on land it's much preferred for ladies not to say a word. They dote and swoon and fawn on a lady who's withdrawn. It's she who holds her tongue who gets a man.
She is saying these demeaning things with the express purpose of convincing Ariel that this deal is good for her, when obviously what she says isn't true, because Eric recognizes Ariel by her voice. That is the only thing he vividly remembers about her, and that attracts him to her. I'll never ever understand how someone could possibly come away from this film thinking, man, the villain made a pretty damn good point, when the entire rest of the movie spits in the face of it
remove, like,
directly.
the family line? Because I didn't hear it. Maybe it was...
Oh, you're right, they did! Oh, you're right, they did remove that!
Because that was actually what I was referring to.
They removed the part where Ariel says...
Have we got a deal?
If I become human, I'll never be with my father or sisters again.
Meanwhile,
We got a deal?
I don't know. No. This is wrong. I can't do this.
Forget about the world above. Go back home to Daddy.
What was she saying about how this is more pursuing what Ariel wants and not just about getting the man?
And it's also just so nuanced, Trevor. You don't understand. It's just too nuanced for your feeble mind.
You know that thing you were saying about how they slowed down the song? I hoped that they'd at least speed it up for the grand climax, but nope, still slow as dirt because Melissa McCarthy can't keep up with the pace. Even though this is what the song had been building toward all along, and the fast pace keeps the intensity up, which is supported by the striking and overwhelming color palettes, and this also doesn't give Ariel all that much time to really properly think through her options, which is what Ursula wanted all along. And did you even understand what this song was supposed to be? This is genuinely starting to piss me off. Like, Part of Your World was fine, Under the Sea was laughably bad, but this is genuinely maddening to watch. To see the people who made this remake lack even the most basic understanding of the purpose of the original movie. The flow is gone, the powerful voice is gone, the sense of escalation in the orchestra is almost reversed, and then it de-escalates instead of escalating, and there are even some lyrics of the song that are missing because they think the audience is so stupid as to take the words of the villain to be something they genuinely endorse, and a vital line that demonstrates where Ariel's priorities lie have been erased as well. Fucking awful.
And just in case I slipped a little something extra into that spell.
No matter how hard that girl tries,
She won't remember she needs to get that.
Oh, right. Oh my god. Did she just say she won't remember the deal?
Yeah, that she
won't remember
never
the time
remember
limits?
that she needs to kiss him.
What?
Yeah, okay. That's what
yeah.
she just said.
Well, good luck then. Fuck, have fun.
Oh, that's actually really bad. Because if they were
dumb.
No, but like, okay, so if they were concerned in the original that Eric was forcing himself on Ariel, which he just factually was not if you actually pay the fuck attention to the scene, but if that was their concern, why would you then make it so that in the new one, she automatically forgets about having to kiss Eric as soon as they try to kiss? Because now you've made it so that she literally cannot consent, because she doesn't remember what she's trying to do.
Amazing.
Just, it directly spits in the face of what they're attempting to accomplish.
Seeing Flounder flopping around is cursed.
Bye-bye, and don't tell anyone about the sea witch.
Why did you wait until after you pushed him off to tell him? Fuck.
Wow.
She got legs, you idiot.
We've discussed this. I don't like it when you call me an idiot. Why don't you tell me something nice? Hey, Scuttle, your feathers look good.
Hey, Scuttle, I like how shitty you are. What is this music? Stock music.
Also, what do you gain by removing the scene where Eric finds her on the beach and just having her get caught by some random fishing net?
It's just more nuanced.
Because if he finds her, then it'd be him forcing himself on her.
Oh no.
Look at me suddenly.
Yes, a song where she can't fucking sing because she has no voice.
Oh, I remember people talking about this. Oh no, dude, I forgot. Dude, it's all in her head. She's thinking a song right now.
Like, it sounds like the obvious thing you shouldn't do.
Yeah.
Once she doesn't have the voice, don't have her speak.
We have some space here for free musical real estate.
Look at the fire, it's warm and it glows and it lights.
Oh, I love the subtitles saying Ariel singing.
This is so stupid.
No, just need to put a song to actually explain what's going on.
Just the exposition song that she's thinking.
Everything's clearer and brighter and hotter, but now that I'm here like a fish out of water, are we only food for slaughter?
Why is that a shocking revelation to you? Don't fish eat other fish? Didn't you already see Scuttle eat a fish?
You were lonely underwater.
Oh my fucking god, could you try?
Oh my god, the exposition song.
You were lonely
in her head.
underwater.
What is this music?
Not a Little Mermaid song, and also has incredibly blatantly obvious lyrics like "You were lonely underwater." This is even more generic than the last one. Can you stop padding out the runtime with pointless songs that don't match the tone of the original soundtrack?
Zarek's still looking for that girl who saved him. Said he won't rest until he finds her.
Thanks.
We know, bitch. Holy shit.
And like, it just makes sense logically for Eric to find her on the beach because he'd go back to the place where he found her initially.
Now for the first time, he...
Oh my god, now they actually have her visibly using her voice to sing. It's just so fucking stupid. Yeah, I know it's all supposed to be in her head, but we still see her opening her mouth and we are hearing her voice. She shouldn't be doing this at all. The entire point of this stretch of the movie is that she does not have her voice. This is all at the expense of the really, really good scene where Eric goes back to the beach where he last saw Ariel, and they have a really cute reunion that showed how kind-hearted Eric was. If he just fucking walks right into her in this random...
I swear to god, it's gonna be him.
Like, wait.
This fucking movie.
Wait, we're in the castle right now?
Yeah.
Why?
The guy that told...
We just are, Trevor.
The guy told her he would bring you to the castle. I don't know
why. No!
It's just so much simpler. Just have the prince find her in the place where she last saw her.
God, dude.
I don't understand.
Trevor, you just don't understand. It's more nuanced in this version.
Yeah, like...
It's just so nuanced.
Generally, if someone finds you... Like, if you find someone like that out at sea, most people will try to... If they don't have the means to take care of them in their own home, they'll find someone nearby who they know can. It's generally not the standard course of affair to go to the castle and be like, Your Majesty, I found this random person, please take her in.
It's like a fucking adoption center.
Man, I sure am glad we threw away that beach scene in favor of showing that Eric's like, make sure she's taken care of, I guess. Once she realizes she's not actually the girl that he's looking for. Instead of the original, where he takes it upon himself to make sure she's taken care of instead of pawning her off to his servants, even though she wasn't who he was actually looking for.
Like, they're like, okay, we're making 3 new songs. One's gonna be a pointless song with Eric, one's gonna be fucking Scuttlebutt, and then one's gonna be one where she can't even speak.
Also, she just said, like, realize the price you paid with your voice. The sacrifices you made were a choice that you can't undo.
That...
Yeah.
Lin-Manuel Miranda, everybody.
I might just watch Hamilton again after this. Something to cleanse my fucking palate.
Then you could go home and just be miserable for the rest of your life.
Weird, the song lyrics we just heard wouldn't support that. Seems like she's already regretting the sacrifices she made, even though she didn't have any concerns about her family in the Poor Unfortunate Souls song.
Yeah.
You gotta kiss the prince. Don't you remember? You only have 3 days to... Hello? Oh, no. She's put a spell on you. You can't remember, can you?
So she remembers making the deal and why she made the deal, but not the part that she needs to kiss him. I mean, he just tells her, so is she just gonna keep forgetting? Is that the thing?
Because she said she, for the life of her, can't remember that she needs to do that.
Don't open this can of worms. The only thing that Ursula was shown to do was physically extract her voice. As soon as you make it so that she has control mentally over what she can think and remember, that opens up a whole can of worms you are not ready to deal with.
Oh, exactly, because she could have just said, oh yeah, I'm just going to make her forget that the prince exists. Problem solved, I win.
Yeah, cheat all the way. Go the extra mile and make her forget everything if you're gonna do this. Every time they add some new shit to one of these stories that were already, like, it was so simple and easy, and then they just make up some new bullshit that makes it all tremendously worse.
They need to add that extra hour.
Oh, that reminds me, let me do a time check. Okay, so we're 1 hour 10 minutes into this movie. How far were we? An hour and Ursula was becoming Kaiju Ursula in an hour and 10 minutes.
Yeah, there were literally like 10 minutes left of the movie by this point. We have more than an hour left.
Oh my...
More than an hour.
Wait, oh my god, I just said like Kaiju Ursula. What is she gonna look like?
Oh no, oh no, oh no, no.
Oh no! Gugonic, I hate you for putting that mental anguish into my fucking brain. My brain storage is now being dedicated to thinking about what that's gonna look like, and I hate you for it. Although I'm probably gonna hate the movie a lot more when I see what it actually does.
Oh wait, I get it. This place is like, it's just like her cave, the one that she doesn't have anymore. See? Either all the stuff she had before or new stuff.
Who's in here?
Yo, is this Louis? Come on. Redeem yourself.
No, it's him.
Aw, give me Louis, goddammit.
My Little Mermaid.
Did he just say My Little Mermaid? Did he just say My Little Mermaid? He said My Little Mermaid.
Roll credits, come on.
Eric doesn't seem quite as likable as he did the first time around.
Yeah.
Most people around here use too many words and have nothing to say.
Well, movie. Would you like to talk about having too many words and nothing to say, Mr. Extra Hour?
Yeah, Eric. Yeah, Mr. Extra Song. No, it's funny, Trevor, because they both have so many words and so little to say because Eric's was unnecessary and Ariel wasn't even speaking, so she literally had nothing to say.
Can you believe that such amazing things exist down there?
Oh, I get what you're trying to do. They're bonding over their love of
a rock,
human stuff.
What's with the Disney live action remakes and making me want to fall asleep?
Well, I don't know. This is actually something that's worthwhile.
Yeah.
I mean, that's not funny.
Oh yeah, that's very, very worthwhile, funny, Trevor. No, my ears loved that.
But the scene itself, it's nice to see an extra layer of bonding between the two of them.
Yeah.
I don't like the reason why it's included here, but the inclusion isn't bad.
It's nice to see cardboard cutouts bonding.
By remake standards, this one is clearly the best one so far.
No, the fuck it is not.
Again, best comparably.
We haven't seen the Jungle Book remake, so no comment that's the best one, thank you. Jungle Book double feature when?
Must remind you, Eric, what your mother said yesterday about you not leaving the castle.
Wow, I forgot his mom was even in this movie.
Right.
Oh, I haven't.
That's how much of a nothing character she's been so far.
Only got 2 days left. I'm a crab on a mission.
I only got 2 days left, just in case you forgot.
That is
in
ADR.
case you forgot.
His mouth was not moving.
That was 100% ADR.
Yeah.
No, down beast.
Oh,
very fast.
Professor Nathan moment?
What? No, that's not how.
No.
That's not how anything works, actually.
No. Several layers of no.
Oh my god.
N to the O.
In the original, the scene of them going around the place was after the dinner scene, right?
Yes.
Oh no, so he is not in this. The best character, the chef, might not be in this.
Dude, if they take Louis out, 2 out of 10.
Oh
movie.
god. Oh dear.
They're gonna jump.
No.
I need to see them jumping the gap in that CGI. Come on. I need to see them jump this gap in live action.
No, jump over the guy. Jump over the guy. Please jump over the guy.
Yeah, it's probably...
Jump over the guy.
Lame.
No.
Lame.
Yeah.
Only
Lame.
Trevor, only my and Gugonic's jokes become reality.
0 out of 10.
You haven't unlocked the power yet.
Yeah, this it was a lot more. Feel more like the sort of speed. It was mostly the speed, but in this one they had to make the music do all the work.
Okay. Well, they didn't jump the gap.
At least they tried something here.
Did they?
Didn't work exactly, but
you could describe the whole movie like that. At least they tried.
At least they tried to go change it for no reason.
That's the thing. That I'm convinced that at least it feels like for all the other ones that they didn't even try anything.
Oh no, they certainly tried to do something with Aladdin 2019. There were.
I don't know what that something was, but they tried to do it.
And Mulan 2020, they also made efforts to completely transform what the original movie was supposed to be. And even the original Ballad of Mulan poem thing. But as for the music, like, the music was a lot more energetic and upbeat in the original. It wasn't just dun-dun-dun-dun-dun, like, constant dramatic. And it also, that scene felt like it was more trying to communicate a sense of danger with them just weaving around all the people instead of, oh, we're getting a little carried away.
No, we're not getting the chef. We're not getting the chef.
We are not getting the chef.
We're not getting Louis because that's their...
You gotta be real lucky to get a beautiful sky.
Yeah. Can you feel the love tonight? But actually at night this time.
So what? So are they Scuttle trying to? Oh wow.
Just luring them into the boat.
I think it's time for a little vocal romantics.
No. Your vocals are the furthest thing you can get from romantic as possible.
Wow, chicka, wow, chicka.
No, wow, chicka, wow.
Don't destroy this part of the song.
No, wow, chicka, wow. Chicka wamp wamps.
You finished?
Can you fucking duct tape your mouth shut or like get a stapler or something?
We got to work on the prince using the power of suggestion.
Dude, you saying this is the power of suggestion is like that part in Gravity Falls where Grunkle Stan is like, I made a new song that to subliminally get people to buy stuff.
Buy more keychains! Buy more keychains!
It's in this song every 5 minutes.
So I mentioned earlier that the opening scene being the concert was a lot more impactful, but there's another reason why it was important for it to be a concert, because it showed...
It pays off!
Because it showed Sebastian in his musical prowess and his ability to round up an orchestra. They showed that in the opening scene and in Under the Sea, so that when he needs to round up the sea creatures for this, it's established that he's capable of doing it. But here, there's no build-up to that. There's no setup. Once again, they changed something that might seem relatively minor, but it has massive implications for the rest of the story. They just don't understand what made any of these stories work.
Possible she wants you to use your words, boy, and ask her.
Oh my god, this shit again. Yeah, I love how they changed the lyrics too, because I thought the original was problematic.
Possible she wants you to. There is one way to ask her. You don't take a word, not a single word. Go on and kiss the girl.
But any efforts they made to correct the mistakes of the past with these new lyrics are self-defeating, because within the rules of the story you've written, if you ask to kiss her, she's going to forget that she wants to immediately. Alan Menken's quote, I believe, was, there were some lyric changes in Kiss the Girl because people have gotten very sensitive about the idea that Prince Eric would in any way force himself on Ariel, because, you know, paying attention to what happens in movies is too much for people to do.
He really forces himself on her by sitting down. It's gonna say Ariel in the constellation.
It better not say her fucking name.
It's gonna say Ariel in the constellation, dude.
Ari.
What the
What the fuck is this?
Now she seems very creepy.
She's flipping his mouth so he says Ariel.
But also, Disney, you fucked yourselves again because you established that Ariel had never been to the surface. There's no reason for her to even know what constellations are. You fucking idiots.
It would have actually been better if it just said Ariel and the constellations.
She found like a book about it in the ocean.
If only they set that up earlier.
Does he hear them?
Yeah, yes. It's very obvious that he hears him. I'm just wondering, like, the whole point is, like, they're trying to make it subtle so Ariel doesn't try to shut them down. But, like, you mean that she can't hear this? Is that what you're suggesting? Because no.
It doesn't matter because she will forget it
Look,
regardless.
it happened right there. They were about to kiss and then she just stopped because of the stupid spell. She literally can't consent.
No.
It's so bad.
So now he's actually forcing himself on her
It's
this
so
time.
fucking bad.
It's so nuanced, Trevor. Just all this fucking nuance you see before you.
Come on and kiss the girl.
What does she think about this song? Like, she's probably extremely uncomfortable from this song right now.
She doesn't do anything.
But that looks like it almost would have worked. But why would it have worked if it's baked into the contract that she's gonna forget?
I don't know.
That was close.
Why should it shouldn't have been close?
I don't get it.
Me either, Ursula.
That was too close. The contract almost broke for no reason.
Like, why even make the change if you're not gonna pay it off or use it for anything?
Where is it? Come on, it's gonna be here somewhere.
It's waste of screen time. Here we go again.
Nobody ever puts my things back!
What, her tentacles have a mind
Her
in their
tentacles are what?
I'm not even I'm not touching that with a 10-foot pole. I do not want to open that. No.
Keine Rampa.
I'll see him wriggle like a worm on a hook.
He sounded like a chain smoker
They're
there.
not even gonna try to show the transformation from her into Vanessa. They're not even gonna try.
That would look like the genie in Aladdin remake transforming.
Are there no other sea creatures under the sea? Well, why is it always them? Does it not have servants? Hey, can you please do this on a set that isn't coated in the same blue tint? Like, you remember Atlantica? Does anybody remember Atlantica?
It was going somewhere for a bit. You know, now it's back to being.
Yeah, it was going somewhere into the trash can.
God, there's no emotion in his performance. No one can act. It's like everyone in this movie is AI generated. And the thing is, I don't even love The Little Mermaid. Like, it's not near and dear to my heart like Aladdin, but this is still making me just so unfathomably angry seeing what they've done to the original story. Like, I think part of that is because people were already saying that, like, the Aladdin remake was meh or bad when it came out in 2019. But with The Little Mermaid, I have seen so many people this year say, actually, this is the best Disney live-action remake, and it improves on so many things that the original was lacking, and I'm just like, what are you fucking talking about?
If you want the advice of an old man who'll be held back by what you think should be, think only of what is.
I can't wait for when, in 2 minutes, when Scuttlebutt happens and completely ruins this whole moment.
By the way, you know the thing I said in the original, how there was a lot of pressure on Eric to find a new suitor? Where is that in this movie exactly?
No, there's no such
non-existent.
There isn't.
Non-existent.
Also, they're kind of implying that, you know, he doesn't care about finding the girl anymore because she has Ariel now. Which is kind of neat, but also she saved your life. You would think that he cared a bit more. I don't know. I get what they're trying to do, and it's kind of nice, but also kind of goes against a bit of the character.
There's something else worth pointing out, which is that in the original, Eric was hesitant to kiss her because it's like the implication there being that it doesn't feel right to force himself on her like that. So he doesn't. But then in this version, he showed no compunctions whatsoever about leaning in to kiss her, and she's the one that has to pull away, but she only pulls away because of the stupid fucking deal. Or the spell curse thing.
It's weird.
I like to add that we're currently over this total runtime of the original movie.
Yeah.
There's 39 minutes left. 39 minutes to go.
39 minutes left on the wall. 39 minutes to go.
I hate it. There's been a total of one scene that was worth adding.
No! Speaking of stuff not worth adding.
Surprise, motherfucker!
Yeah.
Here we are, folks. The main event. A gauntlet of ever-increasing veracity.
No, the gossip, the buzz,
Everything about this is just designed to make you feel pain.
Remember what he said about Scuttle being annoying to the characters and not the audience? Yeah.
Remember the swamp?
This is like, I could use this as an alarm. I would wake up so fast just to turn that shit off.
Now that I'm seeing it in context, it's somehow even worse than I thought it was going to be. Because this is the scene where Scuttle is supposed to be communicating vital information to Ariel, telling her about Eric's plans to propose, and their conclusion is that they need to get to work because they have a lot of stuff to do before sundown.
When I drop that scuttlebutt, Okay, now huddle up out of
You do not have the time to waste right now with this drawn-out, stupid scuttlebutt song. Actually, you don't have time to be wasting on any of the shit you forced me to watch. Why is this over 2 fucking hours long? Somebody shoot me.
Yes, anything goes. Who'd ever guess? Our little Ariel's marriage material.
Just fucking say it.
Lin-Manuel Miranda can do actually good rap lyrics, but holy shit, my ears are going to fucking explode. Also, I don't think he was writing these lyrics with Aquafina in mind. Everyone watching this video, go check out the YouTube comments on this song. They're like 10 out of 10.
It's the best thing about the song. Why would Sebastian...
And then Sebastian just knows. These camera angles.
Oh my god, just look at that crab. Like, I just love looking at him.
Thank God. Oh, she threw the blanket over them. I can't blame her. I don't blame her.
And then she ran away.
When I first saw that clip, someone just recording it in the theater, posting it to Twitter, because it was called Twitter when this happened, and... are they gonna do the transition? Oh, they actually did.
Oh, they actually did.
Oh, wow.
They did the second time, not the first. I see.
Huh. And it actually wasn't half bad. Okay.
Props to that.
Well, this movie has already gotten more points than any of the other ones ever had.
But still not good, which is unfortunate. It could have been if they didn't purposely make the story worse.
They didn't even say that it's a wedding, did they? They say...
They did not. It's just a ceremony, which I guess makes it doesn't cause problems with them. Like, they're not pressuring him because they're not getting married. I'll just say that the whole ceremony is just a...
Is there another song in her head?
So, just another distraction so that the time goes down. It works somewhat.
So the only
Songs
reason
in your head, the future of music and movies.
The only reason why making it not a wedding falls in line is because they also made the change so that they aren't pressuring Eric to get married anymore. But that change just removes so many stakes from this scene.
That's true.
Like, that's why I made a point to...
No, the Little Mermaid!
I made a point to mention in the original that the fact that it is a wedding drastically made the stakes super high for that final battle.
Exactly.
This is still going to result in a marriage if it went through, because it's basically what they are doing is they are going to present his significant other to the government people.
So engagements are a lot easier to break out of than marriages.
Oh yeah, true.
It was her, but it wasn't in the mirror, except she had...
Oh my god, what is this
I hate you so much. The original Little Mermaid made me hungry because of Chef Louis. This movie's making me hungry because I'm in a mood for fucking bird soup right now.
Slimy squid! Yes, girl, go!
I don't know why I found that dive funny.
I guess they didn't want to put it on the ocean because... that would be too cool. They've already had a scene on a ship on the water. It's not like they couldn't have done one here.
Has anybody seen the ring? Have you seen the ring?
He just kicked. He doesn't want them to get married. So he kicks the ring.
It's not a marriage. Also, it belongs to the queen.
It's not a marriage.
Like, just get it and hide it
problem.
with you and some shit.
Hey, remember how in the original all the animals were working together to defeat Ursula, but now I guess it's just a lame-ass 1v1 between Ariel and Ursula. Just fuck teamwork, am I right? The Wonder Pets are stupid little shits. Who cares about... It's just dumb. Who needs help from your friends and fucking I don't care anymore. Wow, that was the wimpiest...
The weakest necklace of all time. Just shatters like glass.
And there was no impact or sound effect for when it breaks either.
It just went... just stock sound effect, like you're breaking a pot in Zelda or something.
How the fuck did he... Okay.
Yes.
Again, the pacing of this is all off.
Yeah.
The original climax felt somewhat... It was just tighter. It was very snappy from one thing to the other. It felt very intense. There was no dawdling around.
But the sun just yoinked down. It was like going down slowly. They could have made it, but then the sun just went yoink and just fell underneath.
Again, pacing is really the issue here. Of course, they had to cover her in smoke for the transformation.
They can't show it. It's way too hard. Or either that or they learned their lesson from Jafar in Aladdin 2019.
Yeah, probably that. I mean, this movie seems to be a lot of... We learned from the previous movies, guys. We know that certain things we shouldn't do, so...
Really?
Well, it's more like we know that we're gonna keep doing the things that we shouldn't do, but less often, I guess.
Well, there are a lot of examples of these things we don't do anymore.
Really? Name 5.
If you say colors, keep in mind this scene. Like that we're watching right now. I'd be willing to agree with it in terms of like less often.
Not changing the entire song to something garbage. I mean, they changed some of the lyrics, but they didn't replace the song or remove them altogether.
What this movie has done with the songs is more offensive than what Lion King did with Pre-Prepared.
I don't agree with
Why?
that.
Why not?
I don't know.
Removing a song and then placing a non-song in its place. That's worse.
It is not worse because Poor Unfortunate Souls removes key elements for both Ursula and Ariel's characters. That is just significantly worse in every way.
And the Sea just misses a lot of it.
I think they're around equal, honestly. They're both equally shit.
No, but if one of them at least keeps the key visuals and the other one doesn't even try.
You really want to talk about key visuals when in this movie, for Under the Sea, they cut out one of the sections that most heavily relied on the visuals in favor of the stupid fucking turtle humping shit?
Well, in general.
Also, does that mean they're like gonna kill him? If there aren't seaweeds, he's just gonna become a skeleton, right?
That is... Okay, wow, so that just creates 2 massive problems. Problem 1, that means that Triton can't be here to watch Eric. Well, yeah. Then again, I guess maybe Eric won't even do anything in this one. Assuming that is the case, he can't watch him do anything now. And then the second problem is that, assuming that they revive King Triton, which, I mean, you would...
Obviously.
That means that the Trident can revive people, so why don't you use the Trident to revive your mother? Well, I guess she doesn't matter.
Maybe it happened too long ago, who knows?
We need establishing for that type of rule. Well, at least they did that as well.
They kept that in. That's good.
Well, of course they kept it in because it's Ariel doing something. There was never any concern that that was going to be taken out.
I mean, it'd be funny if they took it out. Oh, it's gonna happen.
Uh-oh. Oh no. Alright. Be prepared for your eyes to die, unless it just fogs over it.
Yeah, it will just be a bunch of fog. There will be nothing inside.
Oh no. No.
Oh dear lord!
Oh, well, I guess that's the way to do it. Just don't show it.
Yeah, just have it so dark you can't even see what the hell it is.
Do you guys know that if you keep CGI stuff in darkness, it covers imperfections?
I mean, in the original, you were, like, very clearly able to see what she looked like.
Yes.
Very, very clearly.
They're doing everything they can to not show her face here.
Probably why they give her the blue light tentacles. So there was something to look at.
So, now the real question, is Ariel going to be the one to drive the boat into Ursula?
Obviously not. I mean, she wouldn't know how to fucking steer a fucking ship, right?
And she wouldn't be able to stand in front of the wheel as a mermaid, as they established during the party scene where she immediately collapsed as soon as she became a mermaid again.
She's gonna just start flopping on the wheel like Magikarp.
You know, a part of the reason why the original battle happened at sea is because it would make sense then for this to... Because right now... With this massive tsunami, how is the kingdom not just being decimated? Because in the original, it was in the middle of nowhere out at sea, not the party was, she jumped off the cliff, like, right next to where the castle was.
Oh, yeah, it's happening. It's actually happening.
No.
You were doing so well, movie. Bye.
It was not doing so well, but it was doing something for one scene.
If by so well you mean this shit.
Okay, putting aside the fact that the mermaid with no concept of eating utensils shouldn't understand how steering works, the reason why Ursula is so laser focused on Ariel is because she just murdered her 2 henchmen whom she clearly cared for. It's what sparked her giant kaiju form and logically explains how she's able to keep her distracted long enough for Eric to kill her. Yet in this movie, Ursula just completely forgets about Ariel even though she absolutely should not, considering how upset she was at losing her eels, and just tries to kill Eric instead even though he hasn't done anything to her. It doesn't make sense! It's so fucking bad!
Don't tell me that's all it takes. Don't tell me that's all it takes.
No.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Just move a bit. Or so.
Literally move!
Literally a spin. Literally a spin.
If you actually go back and watch that shot where she first turned it, the boat was turning way too fast. It would have blown right past her.
Yeah, dude. It was just like fucking pin the tail on the donkey.
No, do not. Do not.
No, do not.
Are
Don't
you
go near the trident,
come
Ariel.
on.
No,
Did
no,
she just
Ariel,
leave
no.
him there?
Yes! Let's choose the trident over... If it was the worst telltale choice in history, let's choose the trident over saving Eric.
Eric will remember that.
Don't worry, it wouldn't change the story anyways.
The trident can, in fact, revive people.
So obviously this trident will not let her go with the humans because he still believes the humans.
Yeah, Eric was with you until you let him drown. Really following your dad's advice.
Should have let him drown.
Let him drown.
Did we just forget about Eric?
Yeah, he'll be fine.
What do you mean? She literally just mentioned him.
Eric was with me.
Yeah, she mentioned him, but now he's just drowning there. He's like, hey, I'm about to drown. You guys stop.
That's fine. He's on top of a wood plank.
Standing there.
It was so organic in the original having him be able to witness everything, but now he has to be... Oh, fuck, come on.
Bruh. He had to swim all the way to shore.
Clinging to life a second ago.
He swum the whole way here. Okay,
all the way here.
Again, small choices that add up to a lot more significant things. Choosing to go after the trident instead of Eric just tells you a lot more about Ariel's character.
She was very real.
And she very really did leave you there to drown.
Our worlds were never meant to be together.
Pacing is such a consistently terrible thing in this film.
In their older remakes, you mean?
No, but it's worse than this one. Like, it's substantially worse than this one.
Well, I mean, yeah.
It's almost like just adding an hour fucks with things.
There's no reason not to immediately go into the scene where they reunite, but now we've had the scene where she's like, you can't be together, and now they're probably just gonna reunite again anyway, so what's even the point?
The point is that we need to get to that extra hour.
You gotta be kidding me.
Then there's just one problem left.
And what's that, Your Majesty?
How much I'm going to miss my little one.
I don't believe he would with what he thinks of the humans and not having seen, not having him see Eric win the day. I just don't believe he would let her go to the humans.
It does not line up with this version of the character and this version of the story. And again, it does not benefit your movie in any way to not have the end of the climax directly lead into this.
I'm here again. Sorry for forgetting that you existed and leaving you to drown by yourself.
The movie thinks it's so clever. Oh, let's put an instrumental of his song here.
Oh yeah, everyone remembers.
I'm shocked that I recognize the melody, but then again, it has like 5 choruses, so the melody kind of plays a lot.
I was gonna say I have no idea how you even knew that was his song. Are these credits? Please tell me there's 20 minutes.
No, you still have the wedding. The wedding. Or actually, is it even a wedding? It probably isn't. It honestly probably isn't a wedding.
It's not a wedding.
We can't let them marry.
Much as I hate farewells, we still have cause to celebrate.
You can't go... The last time you were on screen, you were like, you got to let her go.
No, literally.
That's fine. She changed her mind.
She can't change her mind.
Off camera, she changed her mind.
Whatever it is you have to do so we don't get left behind.
That doesn't sound like my mother. What have you done with her?
Oh.
And that's called lampshading.
Have you decided where you're headed first?
Uncharted waters.
Get it? Funny.
If it's Scuttle.
Look who's here.
Great.
Hey, look, I see we got dinner for the ride too.
They're just going to
travel. They're not gonna marry. They're gonna travel together.
They're gonna travel together.
Literally, that's literally what they did.
They're actually just traveling together.
Oh, God.
They're gonna go through the travel tunnel.
Sorry, I just like the straight cut to him.
This movie is so self-indulgent. It just doesn't ever stop.
I will always be here for you. We all will.
Yay! We need.
I forgot about them.
To say goodbye as well.
They were barely in. I mean, they were barely in the original too, but it's worse here.
They didn't treat it like an MCU moment.
Like, they're treating this as like all of us are here, even though you weren't even a part of this
was the ultimate moment.
Who are any of you?
Yeah, who are any of you?
Who? I don't even know their names.
I don't even think we've seen any other mermaid.
They look so
like
fucking
sisters.
Weird, just chilling there.
Teardrop.
She's really crying.
Water drop on her cheek.
Please be over. Please be over. Oh, it's over. And they're playing this shit in the credits.
Okay.
So, where are we ranking this in the Disney live-action remakes?
The fact that none of us could immediately come to a conclusion is telling.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not worse than Lion King. It's not worse than Mulan 2020.
Aladdin is the hang-up. Like, is it...
Yeah, Aladdin is the hang-up.
I think they're equally shit.
I would rather watch Aladdin than I would watch this again.
That's true, but like, which one's better made?
Probably Aladdin.
Hey, Aladdin didn't have Scuttlebutt, so I think it gets the edge.
Also, it had Will Smith, and Will Smith is just incredibly energetic.
Oh yeah, he actually did something. He was entertaining. Look at that, an entertaining character in a movie. Way better than fucking Melissa McCarthy.
So, the only substantially good thing that I would say that this movie did was the scene where Ariel walks into Eric's treasure trove.
The statue is done better.
Well, so, like, I said substantial, because the statue is an improvement, but if that was the only thing it did, it wouldn't be enough for me to be like, wow, they really improved this, whereas...
They improved the violin playing.
Waffles?
Yes.
Can you don't?
Waffles, I kinda wanna make you disappear like this movie made Louis disappear.
That's mean.
Like, the statue would not be enough. And even the one scene that they did add is something, but it's still not enough to transcend everything else. So...
The new song stuck.
So, when it comes to ripping out the heart of what made the original work, Mulan is easily the worst in that regard. Because Mulan is barely even recognizable.
Yeah, Mulan is the worst in the terms of what did you do with this. Lion King is the worst in terms of you literally added nothing and just subtracted by making things more boring looking.
And also making it look terrible.
And then you got these two left.
Aladdin is probably the closest to maintaining the original story out of all of them. This one lessened Ariel's passion for the surface world, made Ursula's character less dynamic because they just make her kill people instead of shriveling them up into little worm-like creatures. They don't have Ariel say that she's gonna miss her family, like that's what's holding her back from taking Ursula's deal. They made it so that they added the stupid fucking curse thing so that Ursula has control over Ariel's mental thoughts, which is horrible.
I mean, you don't want to go into that. You don't. You really don't.
Like, if that's the case,
what if she just said, well, I'm going to make her forget that the prince exists. Oof, movie over, I win.
And, like, there's so many little things. Like, at the beginning, Sebastian, they're not being a concert. Maybe it's not that big of a deal in isolation, but then you have Under the Sea, which helps to build up to Kiss the Girl, which is how Sebastian is able to get everyone together for that musical number when it really, really counts. But that isn't in this movie, so doesn't flow. And generally speaking, the pacing is not flowing properly, with the most clear example being that final scene post the climax, where instead of going right into the end, where you have them reconciling on the sand and then crossfading to the wedding, which very quickly wraps itself up, you have this drawn out thing where they're like, we can't be together, oh no, and then one shot later they meet up again, and there's just no acknowledgement of, well, I guess there is, he's like, what have you done with my mother? But then that doesn't do anything to fix the problem, you just lampshaded it. And they also have, I should have mentioned, they have it so that Ariel has to tell Triton about all the things that Eric did instead of having him be able to see it for himself, because again, they for some reason chose to rip away Ursula's ability to just shrivel people up instead of outright killing them. I can't, the only thing about this movie that is even worth drawing attention to as far as meaningful changes is that scene in the middle where Ariel wanders into Eric's quarters.
Oh yeah, one scene.
You could take that scene out too, though, and nothing would change.
And they tried to fix the connection with the human world by having that scene with the carriage and the market and things, but it doesn't work.
It's not the same.
It's not a good replacement of, I already went there in secret, despite the fact that I was not supposed to, and that's why I know so much about the human world. No, we needed a scene where she interacts with humans instead. That's not. It's an attempt, but it doesn't work, and it wasn't necessary in the first place.
For some reason, they had her get rescued by some random fisherman who then brought her to the castle instead of...
Yeah, like, how do you connect the dots? I assume that just, hey, Queen, here's this random girl I found on the shore.
I don't know.
I'm still undecided if this is better or Aladdin.
Well, what does this have over Aladdin?
Just general
visuals, I guess.
Artistic style, because
has more colors.
I have not forgotten how terrible the castle looked in Aladdin, and it's not a story problem, which is, I think that's more important if the story is, but this actually can look good in some instances.
Well, if you want to do
the other movie doesn't.
If you want to do a one-to-one comparison, the carpet looks significantly better than any of the companions in this movie, as does Abu, for that matter.
I forgot about Abu. I think Abu is equal nightmare fuel to fucking Flounder and Sebastian.
No. Sebastian and Flounder look way worse.
Yeah, we're not gonna agree on that. I think he looks worse. Infinitely worse.
What are you talking about? Abu had personality. He was expressive. I can point you to several scenes where Abu in Aladdin 2019 looked excited, sad, or terrified, or anything in between. I cannot do that for anything in this film because their faces look identical the entire time. Sebastian, Flounder, and Scuttle all look awful and don't emit an ounce of personality. Every nuance of their animation and facial expressions, especially Scuttle, was all surgically removed with extreme prejudice. Even when they are sulking through a floor of skulls and bones, they still have the same neutral expression just plastered all over their faces the entire time. Sebastian looks exactly the same when he's fearing for his life, running from a dog, that he does when he's happily singing the scuttlebutt. Flounder looks exactly the same when he's messing around with Ariel in her cavern as he does when he's afraid he's gonna get eaten by a shark. And as for the rest of it, the CGI environments in this film are actually vomit-inducing aside from like a few spots of color. Yes, it is true that there are some moments that look vibrant, but those moments just further exemplify how dead the rest of the ocean looks. And you mentioned the palace. The design of the palace in Aladdin was architecturally flawed from a design perspective because like it doesn't look anywhere near as striking as the original. There is no giant focal point. You're not gonna catch me saying that's a good design compared to the original. But the set itself was highly ornate and intricately crafted, and I cannot say that for any of the sets in this movie. Oh, and another thing Aladdin has over this one, bloat. It's not over an hour longer than the original. It is longer, but Aladdin genuinely feels like it was actually adding something of substance, or at least it was trying to. There's nothing of that sort here aside from that one scene. Everything just clunks along so much more slowly, and now there's a fresh batch of shit songs to complement that. Look, none of these are good. Not a single live-action remake that we have watched so far has been of quality, except in that they are all tremendously effective at strengthening my love for the original. But there are things about Aladdin 2019 that would make me want to revisit it. Like I said, Will Smith is a genuinely charismatic actor who's entertaining to watch. The carpet was very faithfully animated and entertaining to watch. One Jump Ahead does the best it can to maintain the fast-paced, chaotic nature of the street chase, even if it has a silly moment or two. While it is hilarious watching Jasmine imagine the two guards being fizzled out of existence, her song is a lot more necessary and feels a lot more earned than Eric's wild uncharted water bullshit does. And there was even a sense of style in that one, and that everything was frozen. I'm just thinking of the shot where she pulls down the tapestry or whatever, and it floats in the air in slow motion because everything's frozen around her, but she's still moving around. There's nothing like that in Little Mermaid. You know what? I'm even willing to go to bat for a friend like me. They tried their absolute best to emulate the same unbridled sense of creativity that the animators created in the original Friend Like Me sequence. And there are even some sections of A Whole New World that sound decent. And the final carpet chase certainly has its issues, but it is still an exhilarating climax with some actually decent music to complement it. Like, you want me to try to praise this film? Alright, here we go. I'll list the positives of Little Mermaid 2023. 1. They changed the statue so that it made more sense as to how it got there and how it could fit in the cavern. 2. Halle can sing her heart out. 3. There are occasional moments of life and color in the environments. 4. There was a single good scene. A whole good scene. An entire good scene. But all of those, with the exception of the statue thing, come with significant caveats. Ali's singing overshadows her acting capabilities, which ranges from bland to terrible, and she had the same blank expression on her face for multiple significant scenes for her character. The moments of life and color highlight just how shit everything else is, and the one good scene between Ariel and Eric comes at the cost of that fantastic scene on the beach where they first reunite. My final score for Aladdin would be a 4 out of 10. I might have given it a lower score previously, but with the benefit of hindsight and seeing how shit this was, I would raise it up to a 4. And my final score for Little Mermaid 2023 is a 2. I would genuinely rather rewatch The Little Mermaid 2 than I would ever touch this shit again. And in case you're curious, Lion King, Mulan are both a 1. I would have way more positives to say about Aladdin than I would about this. That's for damn sure.
Which just feels insane.
I know.
It was, yeah.
Because The Little Mermaid does not resonate that strongly with me, whereas Aladdin does. So I'm much more closely attached to that story, and yet I'm still here saying that Aladdin is by far the most respectful of all the Disney live-action remakes that we've seen.
But I'm also going to say that it doesn't deserve a 2.3? Yeah. It's bad, but it doesn't deserve a 2.3.
Yes, it does. Actually, that score seems rather generous.
I'd give it like between a 2 and a 3. Yeah, 2 to 3. That sounds about right.
I'd give it a 3.
I would say a 4.
I don't know what to tell you, man. It's just not. It has a lot more flaws than it has decency.
What about you, Waffles?
You're gonna give it a 10 because they got the violin correct or some bullshit.
They barely showed it. I don't think they even
I
showed
just
the part
went
that he...
back, played it. He's not even moving the bow. At least he was moving something.
Like, it appeared for, like, what, 5 frames? And
Waffles is the goddamn violin. He's like the goddamn violin police over here.
Yes, I am.
So what would you get? What score would you give Aladdin, OJ?
I would give it around the same score. I'm still very close to. It's for me hard to decide which one I like better because this one I certainly enjoyed watching more. Unlike you, I didn't have much of a connection with Aladdin, where this story is something that got told to me often, and it's more of has a personal connection more, which obviously affects my enjoyment. This looks better. I still dislike Abu way more than any of the things that happened here. We might not agree on that. That's fine. But I enjoyed watching this more. But it changed more than Aladdin did. So that's fine. I kind of can't decide which one I like more than the other.
I had almost no enjoyment watching this whatsoever. Whereas I will readily watch Aladdin again.
I'm not watching any of these fucking movies again.
Never am I ever again. Never. Nope. Anyway, unless I'm torturing someone with it and I happen to be in the room, not watching these again. But my current scores for these live action remakes, I'd say Lion King and Mulan remake are both a 1 out of 10, maybe negative numbers. I'd give this like a 3 out of 10, and Aladdin would be like a 4.
So outro.
Outro. Well, if you suffered through all of this, comment scuttlebutt.
Also, let us know whether you think Aladdin or Little Mermaid is worse.
That's a good point. If you want to go the extra mile, you can give us your rankings of all the live action remakes.
I would be astounded if everyone wasn't in unanimous agreement that Lion King and Mulan were at the bottom tier.
Oh.
Well, which is better though? Which is less shitty, Trevor?
According
Which
to
one
the
is
poll
more
results of
egregious?
the Mulan commentary, everyone, or at least like not, let me see if I might still have the poll results screenshotted. So 86% people voted Mulan being worse, 13% voted Lion King being worse.
Damn. We'll still give your rankings because there are other live action remakes that we haven't seen yet.
Yeah, we haven't seen Beauty and the Beast, we haven't seen Cinderella, we haven't seen The Jungle Book. What else is there? Oh, Lady and the Tramp.
Oh my god,
Yeah,
I forgot
that
about
existed,
Lady and the
right.
Tramp.
Oh, there's Cruella.
Peter Pan. There's Peter Pan.
Cruella's more like a spin-off, but yeah, fair enough. Oh, there's Pinocchio, right?
Alice in Wonderland.
Oh yeah,
Maleficent.
Pinocchio. We have to get on that.
Dumbo.
eventually.
Everyone forgets about Dumbo.
I don't give a shit about Dumbo. No, fuck Dumbo. No one gives a shit about Dumbo. All right. There's just one person watching this whose like favorite movie is Dumbo. If your favorite movie is Dumbo, I think you are one with the Dumbo. I gotta say.
Oh.
What even is it about? I have literally
An
no
elephant
idea.
that gets a magic feather.
It's about
and starts
Dumbo.
flying.
Oh, that sounds amazing.
And also there's a scene where he's on drugs or something. Or drunk, whatever.
Yeah, I've never seen Dumbo. I don't ever really plan to watch it, but I'm also certainly not going to watch the remake.
Well, next Disney thing we have on the chopping block is we gotta do the Pinocchio quintuple feature, everybody. Yeah.
I have a better idea. What if we don't?
The only other live action remake I might be interested in checking out is Beauty and the Beast because I actually have some level of care for the original. Whereas everything else, I've never been a fan. I haven't seen The Jungle Book. I don't remember the 101 Dalmatians. Never seen Alice in Wonderland. I don't care about Sleeping Beauty, Maleficent, Cinderella. All that stuff just doesn't really. None of it has any level of passion from me. Maybe Peter Pan and Wendy because I was in Peter Pan as a kid, so there's some level of a connection there. But didn't people say that one was actually good?
I mean, some people say that this one was good, so
that is true.
Does it matter?
Maybe you'll end up liking Pinocchio original more if you rewatch it like you did with The Little Mermaid.
Oh Jesus! I mean, I don't take Rotten Tomatoes seriously, but I do want to point out it has an 11% from users on Rotten Tomatoes. The Peter Pan one.
Oh.
What does it have from critics?
From critics, it has a 64%.
Holy shit!
It has a 4.4 out of 10 on IMDb.
All right, that's the real score.
Which even The Little Mermaid has a 7.2.
7.2, huh?
The original Little Mermaid has a 7.6, so it's only 4.4% difference. It's like, fuck.
That is depressing.
That is very depressing.
Yeah.
Especially, I mean, hey, Little Mermaid is rated higher than Ralph Breaks the Internet. Make of that what you will.
One more thing that I want to mention. Rob Marshall, director of The Little Mermaid 2023, he said, "The role of Eric in the animated film, I'm sure the original creators would agree with me on this, it's a wooden, classic Prince character with not a lot going on."
I love it when remake directors, like, completely miss the point of the thing they're remaking.
Surely it's a requirement to get, like, for the director. Like, they're looking for directors that don't care about the thing they're remaking.
Yeah, they're trying to find directors that's like far removed from the shit they make as possible. Like Guy Ritchie, okay, let's make him do the Aladdin remake.
Either they don't care or they have an active contempt for the original in some way.
Like Robert Zemeckis is perfect for a Pinocchio remake.
Wasn't the Lady and the Beauty director, like, didn't he, like, work on a Twilight movie?
Beauty and the Beast, you mean?
Beauty and the Beast, yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised.
What the fuck did I...
Lady and the Beauty? I don't know.
I don't know, brain
You were mixing up with
Lady and the Tramp,
probably.
yeah. Okay.
Yeah, obviously.
Bill Condon, yes, he did in fact direct the Twilight Saga, Breaking Dawn, parts 1 and 2.
Yeah, only the best director choices.
Yeah, the Twilight movies might make for a good audio commentary.
I
don't
about that?
care.
I've heard nothing but like people saying that it's so bad it's good.
Oh god.
Part 1 I can only imagine like boringness.
Part 1 is a 4.9 out of 10 and part 2 is a 5.5 out of 10. What are these movies even about? The Quillettes close in on expecting parents Edward and Bella, whose unborn child poses a threat to the wolf pack and the townspeople of Forks. What?
Tell me you can read that without wanting to do an audio commentary right fucking now.
That sounds insane.
Tell me you're reading that without wanting to do a commentary right now. This sounds like 10 out of 10 shit, Trevor, alright? We gotta watch it.
Oh, starring Robert Pattinson. Oh, that's why people were so afraid that he was going to be playing Bruce Wayne.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah, that's the thing, yeah, because Robert Pattinson, he started out his career with Twilight, but I'm glad he's gotten like a renaissance in his career. He's in Good Time, he's in The Batman, he's in a bunch of good stuff now, so.
Damn, I now understand why you were always so fucking worried.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're like, oh no, Bruce Wayne's gonna start making out with vampires, oh shit. But yeah, Robert Pattinson's a great actor, and I'm glad that he is able to turn his career around here from fucking Twilight.
Well, I believe this is going to be where we call things off today. For the moment, this is probably going to be the last remake double feature that we do for a while.
Until the Pinocchio quintuple feature comes out.
We're never doing that. Maybe Beauty and the Beast. That's a strong maybe. But
are we setting a like goal?
You can do it if you want, but I don't.
If this video gets at least 10 likes, we're gonna do the Pinocchio quintuple feature.
Fuck off.
No. Okay.
No one liked this video.
20. I'll raise it to 20. 50 likes. We're doing the Pinocchio quintuple feature.
I like how FG actually tried to research a somewhat realistic goal for the Star Wars one, and you guys are just like fucking 1 like. Here you go.
Yeah, no. All right.
If we get 0.5 likes.
If we get at least -5 likes.
Also, I thought you were talking about a goal for the Beauty and the Beast one, not Pinocchio. You can't.
Yeah.
You cannot convince me to watch the Pinocchio movies. I won't.
Come on, Trevor. Come on. All 5 Pinocchio movies.
The most you.
I'd be okay with just doing the original and the Disney remake if you want to just watch the.
That's the most that you'd be able to convince me to do. You might be able to convince me to do that, but you're not getting me to watch all 5.
A true story? Come on, a true story. Okay, not all 5, then 4. The true story one needs to be watched. But Dad, when can I leave?
That's literally all that movie has. That one line. That one line though was from Pauly Shore.
But Father, when can I leave to be on my own? Worth the entire movie.
Okay. Yeah, we're gonna wrap things.
All right. If this video gets at the very least, 70 likes, we'll be doing the Pinocchio double feature here.
Now, what about 150?
You're gonna confuse the hell out of people.
Yes.
They're like, do I dislike? Do I like? Do I what? Do I?
Thanks for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed watching our Little Mermaid double feature.
Comment scuttlebutt in the comments below. This movie sucked.
Why won't you make them comment bomb chicka bomb?
No one cares. No one cares about the violin waffle. Shut the hell up.
I'm not even talking about it.
So that's it.
Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for next time. Hope to see you all soon for whatever it is you decide to watch next. Goodbye.